Okay, it should be going now.
Okay, cool.
So, I am Ben.
I'm Ted.
That's Teddy.
And I'm Alex.
And there's also in here is Kyle Decker, who's over there. You can't see him.
He's with baby.
I'm on baby duty.
Jacob Gulliver, who's also there. You can't see
Hello.
him. Oh, no, you can. And
Thomas Lockman.
Yep. And so, yes, sorry about the issues. There was a bit of just internet connection.
I have a cable guy in my alley, and he's got a cherry picker and a look of forlorn hope.
That's one way to describe it.
Things aren't good on podcasting.
We also have probably lesser quality webcam than usual. We had to go for the basics, but we feel that less is more, and this is an artistic statement. We're about a minute ahead of you, so I am just kind of... Oh, it's going? Awesome. So, all right. So, welcome to Super Academy Livestream.
Yay!
Yeah.
So, thank you first for the people who are new who joined us, people who have joined our previous live streams, previous backers, people who found out about the series since then. And like I said, so we're kind of just doing a live event. We're launching in about 30 minutes for the Kickstarter, so we're just going to sort of let you know about all that's happening. This is Kyle and Malcolm.
You want to sit down?
For now, I'll be okay.
Malcolm is the smaller one.
Yeah.
He's our good luck mascot.
He was born around on the same day as the first day of shooting, wasn't it? Or was it the
Yeah, right around that.
So it is.
You're waving, wave to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of course, you totally named him after one of the characters of Super Academy, right?
Yeah,
'Cause that's how important this series is to you,
totally.
That's how that goes.
right?
Yeah. What Ben said. Yep.
So, like I said, just like I said, it's a live event, so just leave a comment like you would anything, and we'll be able to see it in about a minute and a half, a few minutes. So I just kind of wanted to, if everyone could just introduce themselves. but let them know about what they do. So yeah, I'm Ben. I was original creator of Super Academy. It started out I went to the Minneapolis College of Art and Design, and we have the senior project. Basically, it's like your final film. I was in the film program. And so Super Academy was my final film. I wanted to make it about school. I also wanted to do something with superheroes, so it's like, hey, they go well together. And, just like, it really just expanded from there. Like, it was originally just going to maybe do a smaller thing, or what I thought was a smaller thing, until I realized how big it would be. But, met so many great people from this. Jacob, we sort of knew each other beforehand, but really met on this project. It's been really great help. It's been really great, Kyle. Thanks.
I'm not Kyle.
Kyle's behind you.
I haven't slept.
Yeah.
Wow.
None of us have slept.
That is so...
Isn't that fascinating?
I've done this before. I'm sorry. I know.
I'm surprised you don't get the two of us mixed up.
I don't mix you up. I don't...
I'll come give you a
Separated
centuries back for everyone's
10
benefit.
years apart.
Okay. So I'm just gonna...
10 years.
Jacob, do you want to explain who you are? I think I need a timeout.
Sure. I'm Jacob.
He'll be entering the Thunderdome with someone else. He won't be leaving.
Wow. Okay. I'm Jacob. I went to school with Ben. I was a couple years ahead of him, so I graduated in 2011. I've been doing a bunch of, music videos, independent films. Kyle and I worked on a really awesome fantasy web series called Fang and Talon. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out.
Subscribe to the on the Super Academy page.
Yep, for
Yes.
sure. And then Ben kind of brought me in last minute. I saw that he was doing a Kickstarter, and I was like, "Wow, this looks really cool. Let me help out." And he was like, "Well, we don't really need all that much help, whatever." And then last minute, all of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, can you come and do some work on this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah, totally. Let's do it." It'll be fun.
Yeah, it was.
He had other things on his mind, but it turned out it was really, really fun. And as soon as he came up with the idea to, transition it into a web series as opposed to just an original short, I was absolutely on board from day one. you know, coming up with ideas, you know, sketching, coming up with ideas, and wanting to help out in any way I could.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's why I'm here.
Sure.
Looks like we've lost feed.
Well, let's see. People
Okay.
commenting.
Um,
Yeah.
So you might, if you, we've been told that we lost the feed because of how time works in space with this.
If you are receiving this,
you
you are
might
the last
actually-
hopes.
Right, you may actually still see this.
Sounds like corn crab caught my pun. Great job, corn crab.
Which one?
Okay, no. Okay,
I had
we're
to be super sorry.
Back.
A good one.
All right.
You stopped
Sounds
the
like
feed
we're
anymore.
back.
Sounds like we're back. Maybe we didn't. Maybe just our connection's being slow.
Are we just panicking here?
All right.
It is
Okay.
tethering with the phone right now.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Before
Yeah.
we go too much farther, thank you everybody who's here already.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
all.
Yeah, it's amazing that you were here, and we can't wait to take some questions and hang out with you in just a couple minutes here.
Right. I think so.
Who's next to tell
I
about
can go.
themselves?
My name's Kyle Decker. I was going to work on the original film, but Malcolm was born the week of filming, so I was busy taking care of new dad duties. But I did pledge the original Kickstarter because I believed in the project enough to do it. And then I started hosting weekly writers meetings at my house, and Ben started attending those. He approached Jacob and I and a couple of the team here about wanting to expand Super Academy from a short film into a series. Alex was there for that, Ted and Tom behind the camera was there for that. And Jacob and I thought it was fantastic. Jacob and I immediately started working on characters. Jacob and I spent an entire day, probably 12 hours, when we created Corona and Glyph. And pretty much they left that brainstorming session pretty much how you see them today,
Wow.
with some changes in costume and everything. But as far as the core concept of the character, we pretty much left that day.
Well, or I'd say they came back to exactly how they started.
Yeah. So
Like they changed a
they
lot.
travel. So,
And then they-
but how you see them now is basically and Jacob and I had a lot of fun. I mean, we were like, well, we do recognize we need more than just Dark Cop and Power Kid. You know, there are female heroes, and you know, Jake and I ourselves are comic book geeks, and we get really tired of the over sexualized, stereotypical female superheroes. So we hope we created something that, you know, hey, these are superheroes who happen to be women, and they still kick butt. You know, and that's kind of the goal. Is like superheroes can be awesome no matter their gender, and that was kind of what we were aiming for. And we happened to land two really fantastically talented actors to play the roles as well. So, I don't know, I guess I do a little producing, a little writing, helping out as I can, and then on set I'll probably act as some kind of PA or gopher or whatever, and then I'll be helping run the Kickstarter. So if you pledge money, when the Kickstarter goes live, you'll get a thank you message directly from me.
And that's actually some. Well, if you'd want to start first, Alex.
Okay, sure.
Scoot with it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Scoot your chair down. Then Kyle is doing it. There we go.
Everyone in frame.
Boss hog. Okay, so I'm Alex Jeffrey. I am the voice of Deathside. That's my primary role. I'm also increasingly the sound guy on this series.
You fixed that entire video today, so yeah, don't worry about it. You are. Don't say increasingly. You are. Like,
Well, it just like I kind of did backup mic work on some of the early shorts, and then did sound editing, largely because I wasn't aware that Ben didn't have a sound guy, and I apparently also forgot to mention I do sound work, so I just sort of stumbled into that. I may have blundered into a job.
well, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So while we're talking about Kickstarter, I just want to see. We have about 20 minutes until. You say 15, 20?
There's 24.
Okay, that clock's too far away. No, so just sort of like, some of the people of you have seen our old Kickstarter, maybe pledged to it, might be backers on it, but I also want to talk about, because now that we are sort of relaunching it, we're not doing exactly the same thing. We're kind of taking things a bit differently based on sort of the reactions we got last time. just
Feedback. We
feedback,
listen to your
yeah.
feedback.
Yeah. So definitely. Like last time we got 150 backers, raised 7,500 approximately, ballpark, and so sort of based on that, we
Very small ballpark.
right. We just sort of analyzed, what we were asking for last time. Originally, we were going to do about 8 12-minute shorts or so, and now we're actually we're sort of reducing that, but also expanding it, and I'll explain what that means. So basically, we're now asking for more 3 episodes. However, all the episodes are longer. So, and so it'll still equal about the same amount of time, but it actually also saves money a little bit.
Basically, each one's double the length of what
Right.
we originally planned.
Don't ask how that works. It's but it does work that way. Just based on how long you can be in a certain location. What you can shoot on certain things. Like I said, it's weird, but so basically, the original plan was more, sort of episodic, like, TV episodes, where now it's more of a serial. So,
It's like a mini series.
miniseries, yeah, no, definitely. Each episode's like going to be a really self-contained, big adventure, but sort of working into each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we want each episode to be a big one. So each is going to basically be around the same length, well, slightly shorter than the first film, and so it'll make season 1, original film, and then these 3 new episodes. Or you could call the original film season 0. I don't know if you want to, depending on how you want to update the wiki. We have one of those, right?
I was supposed to make one. I don't know how we're gonna.
This is good. This is good.
Forethought.
So have we gotten any?
Oh, we've gotten a few questions.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The first one that I've seen is
We'll talk more about the Kickstarter in a second.
Well, actually, the first one's about the Kickstarter. They want to
Oh.
know what the goal is and how long we have to reach it.
Okay, so the goal this time is going to be $8,000. First Kickstarter was $12,000. Now we're doing $8,000. The length of time is 30 days. We're kind of sticking to that's usually the standard Kickstarter length.
If you do longer than that, then there tends to be the sense that people who stumble upon it don't really have a sense of urgency about
Right.
it. They just think, I've got forever to donate this, and then they forget about it, they never come back.
Mhm.
So, all the research is saying that 30 days is the best amount of
Mhm.
time for it.
Which is what everyone does 30 days. I don't, it's all mental. No, but yeah, so 30 days, $8,000. Right now, on the original Kickstarter, we talked a lot about stretch goals as well, but right now I think we're really focusing on these 3 episodes, depending on how things go for maybe even the first week or so. We may change things up a little bit, but again, our main focus is making these 3 episodes as good as possible. And again, based on the reaction we get, we may add things as well.
Oh, show.
Shaw.
Right, and I think the second question I saw, which I can't seem to find now because the computer's being silly and mixing around the comments,
As it
was something about
Google
the-
Plus.
Yeah, they wanted to know what the story was with Dark Cup, and I'm assuming that has to do with the actor change.
Oh,
But I don't. Yeah, I wasn't sure. They weren't too clear. If whoever was that asked that wants to clarify,
Mhm.
I will attempt to find people's comments because they keep on disappearing, which is perturbing.
Yeah, that's mysterious.
It's amazing that YouTube was designed by human beings.
It was.
Yeah, supposedly human beings who knew what they were doing.
So to answer if that was what the question was, when we were making the shorts, we kind of we made them sort of like a series of them at in chunks. We didn't do them all at once.
Because we
Right.
couldn't pay our actors
Exactly.
anything, we had to kind of schedule around them.
Right, exactly.
And so we ended up doing like all of one actor's scenes in one day, except for Ted, who was awesome for showing up at a bunch of different days.
Mhm.
But like because of that, it was really, really tough to manage logistics.
Mm.
And back the actor who originally played Dark Cop just had so much other stuff going on that it was just almost impossible to get him.
As well as
He kept
going
bailing.
to as well as
Yeah.
he's going to LA,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
so-
awesome.
Yeah, he had some personal issues, and he's also going to LA. So there's a lot of other things that a lot of small factors that contributed to that decision. That's we're sad to see him go, but on the other hand, we have a really awesome new Dark Cop in
Mhm.
Andy.
Mhm.
I hope you guys have seen the new short, and we really wanted to. He has a huge stage combat background, so
Yeah.
we really wanted to show off what he could do and how good he could be in that role.
Mhm.
So I hope you guys really like it.
So hopefully that answers your question, if that was indeed your question. But yeah, no, Andy's really great. He basically only had like a week or so to get Dark Cop down. We actually found him through Meredith, who plays Glyph, who appeared in one of the earlier shorts as well, who's also going to be a major character. And yeah, no, he's really great. He just just got it right away, which I think is really great. The costume even fit him perfectly. It was
Yeah. We had him try on the costume at the audition. He was
Yeah.
just like, wow, we need to do nothing.
right.
Okay,
It
perfect.
actually, yeah, no, it was actually even fit slightly better, which was kind of interesting.
Andy's a little more buff than Beck was.
Mhm.
So
And from a crew standpoint, he was a lot of fun to work with too.
very friendly, very nerdy. He liked the source material, so
Mhm.
it was easy for him to kind of play with stuff and
Right.
get into all the strange, exciting aspects of Dark Cop.
Yeah, we actually have shot several more shorts with him, and several shorts with basically everyone. We're going to be releasing them during the campaign as well, just sort of as we hit milestones, just as we go through. So you'll definitely be able to see a bit more of that in him. Again, though, I just want to stress first before anything else that the shorts basically, these are just little things that we're doing right now to. Obviously, we want to keep making Super Academy stuff, but their primary function is also to help promote this, to show you what the new series would be like. That's why all the shorts so far have been introducing things.
And it's something that you can, share with your friends. Just say, hey, check out this cool little short online. If they like it, then they can, maybe share the Kickstarter, or they can,
Right.
Like us on Facebook, share it with their friends. Literally anything to help get the word out.
Right.
Definitely
Um,
share with their friends.
The content is for you guys and for you to, share and enjoy. That's
But-
what it's there for.
Right, but with that being said, though, again, because the shorts are being made for the Kickstarter, we can't. We've received just some questions like asking, if things don't work out, can we just still keep releasing shorts or making shorts?
Yeah.
And right now, that is pretty unlikely. We've again just working through everyone's schedules right now. So many of the people we brought on board are working as pro actors, professionals who are doing it out of their own schedule, and they're kind of doing it, just as a way because they know that they want to help support this series as well. But and that was not any of ours. So that music is actually from Eric Andrade, who is doing the Super Academy theme and soundtrack.
Do we want to talk about that?
Sure. He does good music.
Yes.
Since you're over here.
Alright, we're done. Just kidding.
Check
if
and
you
see
want
if
a
we got
good
any more
example of his,
questions.
if you want a good example of his music, you should go check out Fang and Talon.
Or even that that update video I did. I mean, he's been doing all the new music for the shorts.
Here's a good one. Will the goal and reward levels stay the same?
Actually, no. The rewards are different. And is there? We'll see if Tom can switch up over to. Some of the rewards are staying the same. So we still have the. Tom, can you actually switch to? Do you have a Kickstarter open? You can switch to the draft view or something.
You mean on the live stream?
Yeah.
I have to do it on this computer.
Sure. Well, actually, I'll just describe it right now, and you can see for yourself on the page. So some of the rewards are staying the same. So behind-the-scenes access, we're actually reduced it from $5 to $1. So no matter what, even the smallest amount of pledge will give you behind-the-scenes access. That's during the creation of the series. We'll be giving you special updates. They're not going to be posted publicly. It'll just be for you. Any reward above $1 gets access to that. Name and the credits are the same, $10. Vine message, which used to be I think $70, is now $12. Basically, those are just little messages that one of the Super Academy characters will give you. 6 seconds or whatever, wishing you, hey, what's up? You can post on your social media, on your social media. I think that's basically all Vines do.
Print it out, do some graffiti.
Yeah, there you go.
Commit some felonies with it.
Right, exactly. We also, this is a bit of a higher one, but we are creating Super Academy diplomas. Basically, we're giving you these really fancy diplomas, giving you in the major you want at Super Academy, and we're actually going to be releasing a short very soon explaining this in greater detail. But basically, there's several dozen majors at Super Academy. You get to choose. We'll give you a special graduation video, custom made for you, as well as your own diploma. So you can say, "Hey, I'm a graduate of Super Academy," and some job places may accept it just as well as other diplomas.
We also may be able to get it admissible in some courts.
Yeah, exactly. Super Academy does hereby certify you as a superhero in the field of your degree. Signed by Valkyria and Gothel, Associate Dean. Again, that's one of the higher rewards, about 75. But
Yeah, it was 75.
Other rewards we have are digital downloads. This time we're doing it, making it a bit even better. Before it was just you'd get a digital download, SD or HD. Now we're doing it so you'll get it actually a month early. So before it gets released anywhere else, you will be able to get an exclusive download for the series. For just $5 more, you'll be able to get it with commentary, audio commentary, which we're going to be doing too. Creator commentary, and we were talking about doing character commentary as well, which I think could be really fun. Again, both of those rewards are going to be exclusive to backers. The special edition DVDs, special edition Blu-rays contain all the other stuff. They contain also the commentaries, the special edition, the special features, sort of things. Power Kids costume is going to be a reward.
I don't know if you'll want it after all the action we're gonna have.
We're going to watch it.
Oh yeah, okay, watch it.
Dark Cops costume.
You say that, but every time I come back to do a new short, it still smells
Unless you
like
don't want to, it might make it more valuable.
With the original rank BO.
Oh, and let's see. Audio commentary and visual commentary have both been reduced from last time. So now you can be in the series as either as a voice or actually come and be physically in the series. We'll give you a costume that you get to keep. And so that's going to be a really fun reward. And create a character is coming back. That one's being reduced as well. But it's limited to only 8. So if you have an idea, you better get it in quick. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, if you have an idea for a character that you'd like to be in the series, at that reward, you can write design the character, send it to us. There are a couple stipulations. First, it has to be PG-13 or lower. It has to be something that's feasible for us to actually do. So, a live 40-foot tall robot. Don't do
So
that.
the 12-foot tall robot I had was totally viable, though.
Yeah. And the third is they can't have a prior connection to one of the characters or one of the main characters. So, and that's just to, and we know you guys wouldn't do this, but like Dark Ops' long lost brother comes back from a parallel universe and he's Corona's clone, and he also is Glyph's arch nemesis, and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea.
Keep that on DeviantArt.
So we are about 10 minutes away from launch. So do we have any? Let's just kind of breeze through some of these comments.
Sure. Well, there seems like there's a small group of people, or maybe it's a large group of people, I don't know, who are in favor of a Colorblind Kyle spin-off series, and are asking when and if that will ever happen.
Okay.
That sounds like a yes. This small group of people might be 3 people huddled around one computer.
Well,
Yeah.
they're all different commenters, so they'd have to be all.
Okay, so then they have 3 computers.
Yeah, that's.
I think we have a good idea who that is.
Maybe.
If you get a 4th person, then maybe I'll
So,
look at it again.
one of them said at least a comic and an action figure line.
It could be like those Pixar shorts right before the full movie. You'll just be colorblind Kyle running around doing something.
We kind of want to leave Colorblind Kyle to your imagination. We feel that if we define what he is and his backstory, it'll make him less interesting. It's sort of like when they made Samus talk. It really, I think, ruined the mystique.
Yeah.
And, well, it was actually because the voice actor was horrible. But that's not important. I muttered something. The live stream probably can't hear it. We'll keep that in consideration. We'll talk. All right.
There was a question
Mhm.
about how you'll define the success of the series beyond just the Kickstarter.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Kickstarter is just a way to, make the series start. It's kind of like if you start a race, you don't measure its success until you reach the end. So the Kickstarter is just a way to start things off. The success of the series can't be said until it's actually done, until, you see people actually watch it. Someone, teacher of mine once said, like, a film isn't done until there's an audience. So the success of the series is, based completely on, you guys. Like, who are people going to watch the series? Are people...
Are they going to demand another series?
Are they going to demand more? So yeah, the Kickstarter is just really just the first step in a long line of steps.
Hopefully a very long line.
Yes. But that mountain and the one step and that...
Don't envision the whole mountain. Simply envision the next handhold you need to get to.
Yeah.
Back.
Yes.
That's good advice.
We have about 5 minutes. We didn't talk about you, Ted.
About me?
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Who you?
Who are you? Why are
I'm
you
the
wearing
whitest guy in this room, that's what I can tell you.
I will challenge that assertion, sir.
I'm whiter. I win.
Well, you cheated because you're a ginger.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Anyway.
There was a question about wanting you to confirm if you would sing for each donation you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can accompany you on bass.
Yeah. The degree of the song will be based on the size of the pledge. So
$1 per measure.
Oh no! Come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying. But all of them. Yeah. No, I'm gonna sing. I'm keeping with that. Some might be a bit more ditty-ish, but if you want more of a bravado, that's the word, right? Yeah, I know
We'll go with that.
I know my song speak.
It's
This
been
guy
6
is But yeah, no, definitely. I'll probably sing the name based on whatever your name is, which will show up on the Kickstarter. So that's
So be creative is what he's saying.
right, exactly. I don't know if you have time right now to, if you want to change your name to something that's unrhymable, like in the next.
Oh, they have time. We've got 3 hours.
Oh God.
2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours.
Hurry up and get those legal changes, people.
Or just change your Kickstarter username. That's probably simpler.
Oh, we're going by usernames, aren't we?
Wait, you guys don't have your actual name as your username?
No, it's my password.
My real name is Super Academy.
If you guys haven't changed your password after the Heartbleed stuff on Facebook or on Kickstarter, you should definitely do that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just PSA.
Our government at work, people.
What do you want from me?
We just want.
What do you do?
Oh, what do I do?
Yeah. How do you get brought into the project, Lee?
Well, I was really bored with my life a year and a half ago. Just extremely hated where I was going with life, and I'm like, I need to change. So I said, I knew I was a creative person. I don't do a lot of talking in the series, that's why. And I thought, well, you know what? Acting sounds like a lot of fun, and it can be expressive, and I get to do basically a lot of stuff that is illegal if you think about it. I mean, I was a Nazi in a stage performance. I got to drag someone's hair across the stage, or by the hair across the stage. It's like I can't do that in real life without getting in trouble. So acting is what?
So you would like to be a Nazi?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Because I was about to like put your head in the
Just
table.
saying. I'm just saying. You get to do all these fun things. I mean, I get to be a superhero. So I mean, it's really, a lot of fun stuff. And so basically, I started auditioning for things. I had not gone to school at all for it. And Ben was the first person who actually Super Academy was the very first thing I got a role in, as you can kind of tell by my acting in the first one. I'm gonna keep sticking to that, okay?
I could not tell you this was your first thing.
Yeah, you can. Don't lie to me.
No,
Don't lie to me.
I'm dead serious.
Anyway, there are YouTube comments to prove it.
It's YouTube comments. What do you?
There are YouTube comments which prove the existence of moon men lizards.
Anyway.
I may have made a few of them.
So that was.
If anybody out there is a diehard Ted fan, now is the time to stoke his ego.
Get out there and start that fan
It
forum.
needs a stoking. Anyway.
Or add an R in
so
there.
that was the first thing, and ever since I was on set, I loved what I was doing.
I get it.
And I've just been practicing as much as I can, taking classes, doing different things. Like I said, the stage performance, I was a Jewish shoemaker and a Nazi in the same play. And then I was a toy soldier in a different play, and did a couple of short films, and just kind of working my way up. That's the plan.
There was one where you were
actually-
like a serial killer or something too.
Oh yeah, I played a
was-
serial killer who got
I
out of
liked
prison,
that one a lot.
and that was fun.
We are 1 minute away.
Yeah, and actually, I
Kyle,
don't want to cut
Kyle
you off
know
right
it's
now.
live. Kyle's working on it downstairs.
Oh, awesome.
So you don't have to do
Super.
anything.
So,
He will just let us know it's live.
we're whispering.
Whisper. What?
Mutter, commiserate.
I don't know what you said.
Tell just an update about to the compactors that the new thing's up. When it's up, just text them. Say that.
What am I saying?
You text it. So we're going up any second now.
And speaking of getting an update back to the old backers, do we want to talk about return backer rewards?
Yes.
Heck
Thank you. So, and we've kind of mentioned this in some of the updates, but we're doing a thing called the double backer bonus reward.
Double backer bonus.
Double backer bonus.
Say that
Rubber
5
baby.
times fast.
Rubber baby going.
Double backer bonus.
Basically-
Nope, can't do it.
Basically, if you're a return backer, meaning if you pledged anything last time, you will automatically get several of the rewards just right off the bat. You'll automatically get the soundtrack. You'll automatically get some of these hero cards, which we're going to talk about. Just a lot of, we just really appreciate you coming back to the series. And it was really because of you guys that we're doing this again. Like if we had gotten like sort of the same amount of feedback that we got, like we wouldn't be doing it a second time. But just the great reaction we got from the first Kickstarter just sort of shows really strong that there is a audience, and it's just sort of built since then. We've just been just trying to expand as much as possible, and the Kickstarter should be launching now.
Yeah!
Woo! Which, by the time you see this, because we are in the future, it will already be up. So, future party!
Woo! Future party!
Or is it the past party?
It doesn't matter.
Time warp.
Time
Everybody
warp.
dates
We're not
time
going
warp.
to get into time warp.
Right.
Yeah.
We are now live. Tom will keep or Kyle, or someone is
Kyle will keep an eye on the Kickstarter.
We'll keep an eye on the Kickstarter. Let us know every time we get a new backer. Again, if you guys just feel free to check it out. If you want a minute to look at the very nice video that we did.
I don't even know what you're said.
I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah.
Tugged them
Brett
collars.
just had a mini stroke.
I said if you want to check out the really nice video, and then said it really smugly in a really like.
You
Is
did
that why
lot.
you sounded like you were regurgitating in
Ben
reverse?
made this really amazing, super cheesy video because we wanted to like stick with the humor of the last one, but like it's good.
That- We'll let
I
the
don't know.
audience
Once you
decide.
see the sound
It's worth
effects
a
we
watch.
picked for it.
Yeah, no. I want everyone for helping with that as well. That was interesting shoot.
Which one was this?
You weren't there.
Oh, okay.
That's why it was interesting.
Thanks, Dan.
We just
yeah,
love
you guys,
each other.
you guys didn't even meet until like really.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't even know it was his voice until like a couple months afterwards.
After you met him, you didn't.
Yeah, I still didn't know.
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't
his
even
voice.
point that out until like.
Since some of you guys probably have questions,
Yes.
we haven't addressed
Yes.
that in a while. Let's answer some questions.
There's been a few that I have
Okay.
seen passing in the in Ethernets.
In the badly laid out feed.
Yes. Questions about how much special effects will be done. One in particular, how much Power Kids Super Strength will be shown. I think I saw something about what different types of superpowers we're going to be seeing. So that's kind of all that can be grouped together.
Yeah. So special effects wise, I mean,
Holy crap! We're already at 90.
woo!
Yes.
Awesome. How many? We'll
One
wait.
backer, $90.
Oh.
So thank you.
Thank you. Who is it? I think a $90 is a guitar song.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get the guitar. If any of you pledged, I have a collection of Marvel-themed
can't-
guitar picks.
We won't know until there's 10 backers.
Yeah.
Ah.
Who sings what? Or who
Okay,
sings what.
so we're gonna do a playlist then.
I got. You want Professor X or Luke Cage? What do you guys think?
How about Deadpool?
Leave a comment on this web zone. If you want.
Toss a comment on this web zone.
That's all right.
It's all.
So once we get to 10 backers, then we can do it. So I got that up.
Yeah, get to that 10.
And we'll do it in backer order. Thank you so much. I want to say your name, but I can't because anonymous.
Dude, whoever you are, we love you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
If they're watching, it could have been some other random person.
It could have been.
We won't know. We
Um,
won't ever know.
It is a mystery.
So until then, maybe we could go over some other questions, possibly.
Let me go back here. Yeah, and people should be asking more questions too.
I mean, if you don't know.
I mean, if you have ridiculous
You should do
requests
that.
for us,
just throw any crazy thing on there, I suppose.
A request.
Um,
Again, things have changed also since the last live streams that we've done. With changing the way that the episodes are working, a lot plot details that we gave before that were secrets might be different now. So feel free to ask questions you used to, like if you're a returner.
I believe one of the people watching is someone you did an interview with
Yeah.
before, Ben. And they were wondering, during your first interview, you talked about a costume class.
Yeah.
They were wondering if you were still going to be covering that.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. That's one of the majors I definitely want to have be at Super Academy. I mean, it's probably not going to factor hugely into the plot, but a lot of things that's really fun about Super Academy is just having those fun little things. So thinking about what would a superhero need to know, like, because we don't want it to just be learn how to fight or something. Like, you got to learn practical skills too. So making costumes you got to do. And there could literally be an entire major that's just dedicated in that.
probably like media relations. Something
Right,
like
exactly. I
That.
mean,
How to cultivate a proper social network.
something we actually want to do also is kind of use costumes as a way to show how experienced you are in the school. Because it's sort of like, making connections to actual school stuff. It's almost like a costume is your reel or your resume. So,
Art student.
other people have resumes.
Yeah, but reels.
Well, you should have reels too, business reels.
Just like
montage of you shaking hands with people.
And signing
Filing
contracts.
papers.
Right, exactly. But
Yeah, 2 backers now.
Cheesy
Two backers,
cheesy
two backers.
Yeah.
$130
that was 130 or 130.
total.
Woo! Thank you very much. We
Do we have a name for that person?
not until
Not
we get
until
to
we reach 10.
It's
Or
hidden.
somebody
no,
quick-
we just hit 3 backers. So.
Oh, awesome.
There we
Somebody
go.
The
Three-
faster
seven-
you give us money,
The sooner we start.
We could just sing. Just start singing.
No, but I don't know what to call them. I can't just say, yo girl
Yes.
or boy or
Really?
whoever you are.
Girl, boy, what are we in?
internet computer box.
Elementary school.
Has anybody taken credit for a pledge yet? Comments?
Yeah.
Let me go back into the jungle.
There was a point to all this, wasn't there?
There might have been. I think we completely lost it.
What?
You know, D, I believe he's the person
Yeah.
who.
Yeah,
interviewed
DJD?
us. Yes.
Oh,
He
okay.
Was the I think the first backer.
Mhm.
Can't,
Oh, awesome.
Can't tell until we get more backers.
I
He was
remember.
one of the first.
Awesome. Well, we'll make sure. But the question about costume making. So we want to though make it where, because the idea being that when you go to superhero school, you probably made your costume yourself. So freshmen or people just starting out probably wouldn't have very good costumes, as seen. Yeah. And so something we want to do is show kind of like, as you're at Super Academy, as you're learning more, you're constantly updating your outfit. So when you get to Glyph, who is a senior, she has the most elaborate and fancy costume in the entire series, I'd say.
Which is also practical for what she's figured out she needs to use.
Right, exactly. So, and I mean, even like, in the first episode, I kind of used it almost a bit of as a metaphor, like Power Kid's mask, right there, Power Kid's
There.
mask. It's just kind of like his first step of becoming a bit more of a superhero. As Power Kid gets more and more experience, I'd really like to kind of have that be a motif also, is him getting more and more costume bits. Though I spoiled the motif if I explain it, don't I?
Yep.
Okay. Well.
Fourth backer.
Fourth backer!
Yeah. One more to halfway.
Yep.
Fourth backer more satisfying than fourth meal.
Less diarrhea causing than fourth meal too. Taco Bell's to be believed.
I had one of those.
I know,
breakfast
Fuck,
things for the
Jacob,
first
can you bring up Kickstarter on your phone? 'Cause that might be an easier way to monitor that on your end.
I can try.
Let them know what's going on. But yeah, no, so
Unprofessional.
It
that,
looks like Mr. Master 90. Yep, and Yoshi Mixter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
According to YouTube, anyway. I don't know if your usernames are going to be different on Kickstarter, but
hey, don't make fun of their names.
I'm not making fun of their names. I'm
Okay.
just-
I
they may-
would.
They may have.
Hey.
That's
No,
why you're
names
dead
on,
side.
Exactly.
so-
I'm in character. Why do you think I got the role? Because I'm the biggest jerk in the room.
Debatable.
That,
Well, maybe it should be you going through YouTube comments then. 'Cause that would be funny. Not that I'm saying that any of the comments are worth ridicule.
so, but,
Maybe the layout is, but
yeah, what,
Yeah.
like,
I have.
what
I
is
have-
wrong
I
with
have-
just chronological?
I have a system now. I just have to turn off the auto updating because then it just keeps on
Okay.
giving me the old comments over and over again. I have to refresh like every 5 seconds.
Okay.
So, just if people are wondering, I am simultaneously trying to pay attention to refreshing your comments, and also paying attention to the people in front of the camera, as well as listening to them 30 seconds into the future on my headphones to make sure the feed is still here. So,
Google Plus, more like Google minus?
if I miss
Ah.
anyone's questions or comments, I
Math joke.
apologize. But my brain attention is maxed out.
Oh, you
at the
got
moment.
some
I am,
important stuff.
fortunately, it is not my superpower.
I'm sharing the Kickstarter, Ben.
Excellent.
We
I
have,
gave up my phone to
we have
power
gotten
this.
a lot of comments about people saying they're going to be sharing and spreading the word about.
Oh, awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Several
Even
people
just
talking-
sharing the
We
videos.
got-
Several people
We're at
talking about doing their
250
own
right now.
videos.
That is
That is 1/20th of what we need.
Sweet.
5%. We are 5% there?
A little over 5% actually.
Wait.
Do you still have 250 on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome
I can
job,
refresh.
Sketch. Yeah. No,
Would you
really
like
great.
my phone,
I mean,
Tom, for monitoring?
any share you can do. I mean,
Tom?
we.
Would you like my phone for monitoring?
No, I think I got it. I just have to keep refreshing the page.
One thing that, and we've sort of mentioned in some of the updates as well, but these first 48 hours are like super important.
Super.
Statistically, if you get to about, I think it was like 25% in the first 2 days, so that would be $2,000. Your odds of succeeding are 90%.
Yeah.
Again, it's just Kickstarter has this huge psychological component to it, where if people see momentum at the very beginning, they'll be more inclined to back it. So yeah, if we can, now is the absolute best time to spread the project. This is the best way to, and that's the best way to just expand the series as well. Really, there's this kind of idea that I can't pay a really big pledge, so I'm isn't going to. But no, really, every little bit helps. I mean, so many Kickstarters have succeeded because so many people donated just like $5 or so. So yeah, anyone you can share it with, anyone who you think might be interested in the series, the original film, the shorts even.
I'm gonna go steal the internet and post it downstairs real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hope it doesn't kick you off as live stream.
I hope
that-
so
that
too,
is a
because
little
then
bit-
we'll have to kill you and find another person to play super,
Ted,
super
can
whatever
you
super
Child.
character.
Ted, can you actually do it without using Wi-Fi, doing the phone signal, internet? Just.
Oh, yeah, are you on the Wi-Fi right now?
I mean,
for
we're
the
using
house?
a Wi-Fi. I don't
no,
know.
that's one device at a time.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
so I can't
do
So I
that.
can't actually do
Yeah.
it. Oh wait, I'm gonna go check real quick.
Especially since is it
Okay.
hardwired?
All right. Well, if we disconnect it, it's
That's all
Ted's
Ted's
fault.
fault.
No, we'll be starting a new Kickstarter to hire an assassin.
You can't actually do that.
We can just.
Well, we can just take the
Ted.
Kickstarter money we've
You
already
can't
got
kill me on
paid to
target.
me.
I'm super
What
strong.
would the rewards be for
Doesn't
an
mean you're
assassination?
invincible.
You will no longer be listed as an accessory if we get caught.
All right. If you have,
Although we probably shouldn't be talking about this on a live.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's probably a
How about some
backlog.
questions?
This is-
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Questions.
Well, just
Hello,
ask us.
Ted.
If
I have
we
to
ramble
ask
on,
first,
just
do
do it.
you know someone named Ted Kramer?
Yes, we do.
You've
Yes.
been asking very good questions.
Oh, thank you.
I,
Wait, why
I
did
don't
I say
exactly
that?
know what this means, but how will you utilize an ironic juxtaposition of societal expectations of the development of cinema? Please answer.
Can you repeat that question, please?
How will you utilize an ironic juxtaposition of societal expectations of the development of
I got this
cinema?
Very well.
There's your answer.
Wait, I'm gonna try to see.
Very carefully. as well.
I'm gonna see if I can still use my art speak. Okay.
Okay, go for
So
it.
many people have like passed things like
Let's
I
see-
drew. All
Let's
right.
see some
So-
art school grade BS.
So for this project, I really wanted to, incorporate many defragmentations in the sort of, a net, which I feel is, even though we're being more connected, is drawing us farther apart. I made that as a representation in Power Kid's fabric in his sweatshirt.
Yeah.
That was kind of a visual motif that I did. It's thinking about third world countries. Dark Cop really representing foreign nationalism, where Power Kid is more representative of World War
in
II.
the context
I
of the
suppose.
digital psyche.
Mhm.
I was under the impression he was more of a Western colonialism with his advanced technology ruling over everybody else.
Yeah, I was really inspired by people like Kubrick, Martin Scorsese,
John Waters.
Fabio. So no, that seems like that was really dumb, but that would have gotten me an A if I said that. I am not joking, you guys.
It's almost as bad as English majors.
Yeah, no, though art school grades tend not to have much of an effect to you. It's because
Have any of you guys been to art school? Just out of curiosity, anybody in the comments?
which I'm not saying.
Yeah.
There's the thing is
It's a rewarding experience, but there's some deep BS you have to wade through.
right exactly.
A lot of pretensions.
Let's see. There was a question about.
Oh, did we ever answer the question about special effects?
Oh
No.
No.
And as soon
Okay.
as we get to 10, also we're gonna fulfill our promises. But are we at 10 backers yet?
We are at 5 backers for 300.
Ooh, nice. Well, you got it.
You guys are shelling it out.
Keep it coming, guys.
Get your friends, get your grandma, get your grandmas.
Also, I believe there's a question about
Do
our
not hide
location
your kids.
and-
Do not hide your wives. Have them back us.
Steal their college
There was a
funds.
question about our location and exactly whose attic we were in. This is not an attic. This is our secret base of operations. And I'm afraid we cannot reveal its location. Because it is secret.
We should call it the Shadow Dome.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I think Garen.
Anyone who gets that
But,
reference is my new best friend.
But no, to answer your question about special effects, you know, I mean, obviously we are asking for money, but you know, there's also just sort of limits. We kind of design so when special effects are used, they're always going to have like a very specific purpose. We sort of design people's powers partially in effects that we knew we could do. You know, so that meant, you know, we did Corona is psychic, but she can't fly as much as we would like to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'll definitely be seeing Power Kid's super strength because I don't want to say that's an easier effect to do, but
it's easier to do.
It's easier to do.
We're going to see Starburst and Glyph blast people. That's
Right.
definitely going to happen. We're going to see Glyph summon stuff.
Mhm.
We're going to see Corona use some psychic abilities and stuff
Right.
like that. The big thing about effects is they're really, really fun, but they're also very time consuming because you have to plan them very carefully to make sure that they don't look really cheesy or goofy.
Right, exactly.
And they're time consuming in post production because you have to take the time to lay it in, you know, make sure it fits the character, it fits the environment, color match it to whatever the scene is in, and all that takes time and expensive software to do. So we're budgeting for special effects. We're not going to go, you know, Transformers or anything, but you guys probably don't want that. So that's not the
Michael
intention.
Bay's Super Academy could be interesting.
Oh my god. I just vomited in my mouth a little.
Power Kid is Explosion Fist Man.
If anyone wants to write, if anyone writes a fanfic about that in the next 24 hours, I will.
We'll perform it for you.
Yes, we will.
With puppets.
I am dead serious. If you actually do that right now, I will. I'm
The
serious.
challenge has been set. Fanfics of Michael
Proceed.
Bay's Superhero Academy.
There's a really
Super
good
Academy.
fake script out there for Michael Bay's pitch for the Dark Knight.
Oh god.
And it's so amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
After we're done here, dude, don't leave. We need you. And on that note, and do we have any other?
Oh yes, we have a few.
If you have any also that from people who haven't had a chance to.
There was a question about costumes, I
Yep.
believe, the Power Kids in particular, and how / if it will change throughout the series.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of talked about it a bit earlier. I mean, you know, we made Power Kid because he's starting out. He is like really at the bottom, so we had his costume be like as awful as possible. You know, like he tried really hard. He did a T-shirt and red, and that was the best he could do. But you know, as he's at the series throughout the series, I really want his costume slowly gets better. He gets a mask at the end of the first episode, making him look more like an actual superhero. In between the time between the beginning and the shorts, his mask has actually gotten a bit better too. Before it was fabric, now it's more of a leathery look. That's kind of a thing also I want to say is that in between the original film and where we'll start the series, there is going to be a small time jump. Just sort of enough, you know, just kind of, it's not going to be, you know, like, we're not talking like Young Justice style spoilers.
Hey, don't
You just spoiled it for me.
It jumps one day.
Anyway,
Okay.
Anyway.
so
but yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll definitely see his costume getting better.
basically the story that we're not super interested in telling is the story of like all the characters meeting each other.
Right.
Because through our shorts, you guys already know, you know, who the characters are in some respects. We haven't gotten to go real deep into any of them yet, and I think we'll see a lot more
Right.
you know, in-depth character development throughout the actual series.
But the point is,
But-
it's not a story that needs
Right.
to be told.
Yeah, so we're not going to include that. We're just kind of jump to them, you know, hanging out and being in classes and going on
Right.
missions
I mean,
together.
we might, you know, maybe they'll mention something.
Sure.
Or like make a reference to it, but
We can have flashbacks if necessary too.
right. But I mean, you know, really, like, basically, really all you need to. I can tell you right now. Okay, so like, you know, They know Corona because they know Glyph because Glyph is actually a TA for one of Power Kid's classes. Teaching assistant. So she's kind of a tutor for him. So they help. So she's kind of a teacher, but also a classmate at the same time. Corona, they met, just in classes. But yeah.
Is Ted's mask still up here?
Nope.
It went away with
I
Ted.
was going to hang it on the sorry.
And
It'd be the same.
and
I'm kidding.
and on that note, but something you said also about we only see a little bit of these new characters. I mean, I think really you are. I mean, Corona and Glyph, we were only able to just show a tiny amount of them. Glyph just showed her being kind of the teacher, but we have another skit for her as well. But she's going to be a much more larger character. Obviously, there's only so much we can do in like 2 minutes or so. The same with Corona. Like in the first skit, we really showed kind of her more awkwardness, but I think in the full series, that's not going to be as much of a prominent feature in her thing. I don't think the fact that she's like an alien is going to come up as much as you'd expect it to. I mean, in the first one, it does just because we're kind of establishing who she is, how things are different.
Yeah.
But both those characters are definitely going to grow up. Starburst is basically exactly what you saw. He is. That's who you get.
Yeah. There'll be some character development for Starburst too. We've got some pretty cool ideas for what to do with him.
And to him.
All right.
Yeah, to him is also relevant.
So there are several groups of good questions.
All right.
Among the scariest are people are wondering where they should send those fan fictions. I get the feeling, I'm just kind of guessing here, but I get the feeling people may already have at least outdrafts on those.
Yes, who would have that?
Send your fan fictions on the Kickstarter page. You should be able to
Send a message.
You should be able to send a message. If you can do it as a text. I don't
Might
think
be kind of long. I mean, they could always post it to a fan fiction website. And then
I don't know if
could,
Kickstarter does attachments.
They could do an upload on the Facebook page.
Yeah, or you can just message us. Just let us know. We will be doing judging. Judging will begin on Monday. So don't expect a response right away because we want to give everything an equal reading. I think if you'd want to be the narrator in your Death Side voice, I think it'd be very interesting.
Of course.
Death Side reads Super Academy.
Top 3 are all read by Death Side.
Mm-hmm. And winner will get. Did I even? You'll get a surprise.
You should make an update about this on the Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
Because I think this should become a thing.
All right.
This is highly important.
As horrified as it makes me. There's been a couple questions about villains.
Okay.
People are wondering if we will be seeing. Where is it? They want to know what you can tell you. They want to know what you can tell them more about Chaotrix this time around. There's a question about if dropouts of Super Academy become bad guys, and if there is an evil academy. I believe, there it is. Ted said, "Can the University of Wisconsin-Madison have an evil master's program that allows its graduates to become masters of evil?"
Okay.
So.
Actually, it's Purdue.
Oh!
Snap.
Okay.
Ted went to Purdue.
Yeah. So let me start with the first question. So Chaotrix. In the original film, just because so much we were wanting to do, Chaotrix really had a bit less focus. It was really more about Death Side, and she was more of the, just observer of him. But in the series, we're going to really be expanding her involvement in it. Because Death Side is sort of the type of villain who he doesn't do things himself if he can help it. He's kind of that guy.
He's the mastermind. He sends minions to do his business.
Was it Kyle who said that he was the Emperor to her Vader?
Yeah.
One of us said that, yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah, so Chaotrix is someone who is definitely going to be going out in the field more. She has the hacking abilities. She has ninjutsu genes.
What? This is news to me.
He
Must be just
spliced.
like a martial artist with hacking
He spliced in
skills.
We're at
Shinobi
7
jeans.
backers.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. But she's gonna be the more active villain, while Deathside's gonna be more of the
Counter threat.
right, exactly.
Sit at home and yell at her on the phone threat.
I think Chaotrix is a fascinating character to write for,
Yeah,
particularly
exactly.
because Deathside has kind of been put in his place at the end of the first episode there.
Mhm.
So he's kind of like reanalyzing his plans, and Chaotrix sees this as like a really good opportunity for her to kind of prove herself,
Mhm.
because he was defeated. Maybe if I do something really cool right now, then my father's going to respect me more. He's going to give me more responsibility.
Mhm.
I can shine more. He will stop caring as much about Power Kid. Maybe he'll
Right.
be more interested in what I can do.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't really want to, harm Power Kid or anything. They are still siblings.
Right. I mean, she is. I think because Deathside is basically just a bad guy, and he's always going to be bad, and that's because that's his thing. But Chaotrix is kind
He's
of
been in it too long.
right. Exactly.
He's too deep in the game.
But Chaotrix, I think, is really good because like a lot of these characters first were chosen to see how they could be foils of each other. But Chaotrix is really great because she's sort of a foil of both Power Kid and Dark Cop. And you'll see that a lot in an upcoming short. Probably our next one, actually. We are going to be releasing a Chaotrix short very soon.
It's really good, you guys.
It's actually probably my favorite one. We're just sort of showing her. Victoria, who plays Chaotrix, is really great at this.
Part of why we really like Chaotrix is that Victoria gave such a good performance the
Mhm.
first time around that we really wanted to give her some more
Yeah, I
meaty
mean,
scenes to play with in the
Oh,
rest
I
of
mean,
the series.
definitely. I mean,
So she has been learning some fight choreography and stuff too from
right.
Max Savage, who worked with us on Fang and Talon. And I think we're going to want to get her and Dark Cop and maybe some other people into some pretty cool fights.
Mhm.
So
But yeah, no, you'll definitely see more of her. And then what was the second question? Oh, dropouts.
Dropouts and villain schools.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is something we put we put some thought into. Now, this isn't going to be 100% canon.
somebody want the chair?
Yeah, if this gets retconned at a later point, this is level B canon. But I mean, I always imagined that there would be a villain academy. It's not as public for obvious reasons.
Someone
All right.
It's more like a super fight club than a
Right.
Yeah.
first rule of Villain Academy is you don't talk about Villain Academy.
Right. Exactly.
A union of evil.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
We have tons of ideas for villains. We have some really, really cool ones.
Someone asked if we'll see the Punisher. I believe.
Oh, God, I hope so.
oh wow. Oh.
Got another big backer. We're up to almost $1,000.
Yeah.
Holy
Whoa!
crap!
There's also been.
And I think names are starting to show up.
You can always look at names on
Did
the
we hit
dashboard.
10?
And
yeah.
some weirdo named Fed Tim Wright pledged. And
Who the fuck is that?
And then-
Who's dead?
and then this guy pledged. So
Kyle Deeker.
yeah,
That's a
so-
weird name.
All right, let's start at the beginning. We've been waiting to sing because they were like, you can't see who the backers until you
All right.
get 10.
Well, our very first, I will give backers in order that they pledged. So backer
Okay.
number 1 was DJ D of Namesake Radio.
Okay. TJD, never tell you what you mean to me. TJD, together in a tree. I met you over Skype when you interviewed me. Jesus. TJD.
I think that's
That was.
all right.
Oh god.
Woo!
Next
if
backer,
you want a second reverse, just
pledge another $90, and he'll do it while eating something like sriracha or something. Yeah, and then the next
Sriracha?
you
sriracha.
can't eat sriracha, you drink it.
Michael is the next backer. It
Michael.
just says Michael.
Okay.
There's no picture, so I don't know who they are.
If you guys want to join in,
No, this is all you,
Nope.
man.
All right.
You
Solo
said the
work.
director would sing.
Yeah.
I promise you support and I left you out in the cold.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is painful.
Uh-huh.
So is Waxy.
Michael! Long for Mike. Michael! Let's drive double bike. Michael! Let's go down the hill. Michael! I spilled the diploma. Which I mean I dropped it, which is kind of like spilling it. Michael!
Say something nice about Michael. Yeah, say something nice about him.
I believe there was. Sorry, if I
What?
interrupted, I'm trying to pay attention to both things at once. But I believe there was a specific request to have
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mr.
a,
Alex.
a song of in the tone of bass.
Oh.
So the next backer then is Alex Kuhn.
Oh.
Hey, Alex.
Sounded really loud.
All right, so I'll play something in the high registers so you can hit the lower ones this time, I suppose. So let's see.
75. 75.
Alex is a graduate of the Super Academy. He's getting a diploma of his very own today, or maybe later,
Probably
because
later.
we only got one.
Theoretical physics, yo.
I had no more material.
All right.
So for and we'll be sending a poll later. Just let us know what you want your major to be. We'll be sending a list.
And
Probably
what
near
name
the
you
end
want
of the
printed on
Kickstarter,
it.
though,
Yeah.
But
We just passed the 1,000.
oh, thank you guys. We
I
are
One eight.
we are 1/8 of the way
Oh,
there.
there we go. I just got
Um,
it. Wow.
Ding ding.
All right. Well, we'll continue with the list in order of thanking people.
You're
This is the
great
next
train.
backer, Timothy John Kuhn. So it looks like the Kuhn
Yeah,
family
do
has regular
Ha, your middle name
Kickstarter
is John.
backers.
Really?
I'm gonna start calling you John now, Tim.
Oh, there's so much inside joke humor going on right now.
What is joke inside? What? No. All right.
All right. Who's singing this one?
Let's do a duet.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard with no material.
My best friend is Tim.
He's a really good friend.
My best friend is not Jim.
No, he's not.
Jim's a jerk.
A real asshole.
But not like Tim.
No, Tim is a class hole.
You've just eliminated the entire demographic of gyms as backers.
All the money's gone.
Oh, horrible. All right.
Okay, well, if anyone named Jim pledges, I will sing a very solemn apology song.
Ben, you know my first name's James.
David Cook is the next backer
Oh,
that we need to thank.
David Cook.
Wow, you think
All right.
of shit.
Surprised me.
Well, I've been doing that so far.
I can do another one.
Ted,
Can we do it
Hey,
since
Ted.
his last name is Cook? Can
I
we
don't
do it
sing.
as a
Ted.
pirate
Don't
dirge?
sing.
Can we do like a
Pirate
pirate? Can you do like a
A
pirate song?
shanty.
A sea shanty. His name is David Cook,
I
and
need
he
to-
pledged to the Kickstarter. He
I don't
drinks
know if
a
this is
grog,
I don't know
and
if this
he's
is mine or
awesome
not,
and
but
something. Yes, I have no grog.
we gotta do an instant.
I mix formula for my infant child to give him power to go to the Super Academy. I see there. I don't
Was
know.
that your song?
I don't know. I don't know who it's for. David Cook, I have failed you horribly.
David Cook.
We can't.
David Cook. You cooked me up an honest pledge with your money, making a Super Academy pie. Going Super Academy, not Sky High. I haven't seen that movie
And if you keep referencing it.
because other people do.
You do need to watch it.
I ain't gonna watch it, Kyle.
It's got Bruce Campbell. You gotta watch it. And it's got Farva from Super Troopers.
I'll walk a mile before I do that, Kyle. Okay.
All right. I'll make him watch it before the weekend's out, or something like that.
If we get to 2,000, I'll watch it tonight,
All right.
and then I will post what I thought.
The next
of it.
backer is me. Hi, me. Sing me. Great. All right, done. And the next backer.
I actually did sing you.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So, and then the backer after that is Fed Tim Wright.
Ted, why don't you sing for him?
I don't sing.
Ted,
Come on, Ted.
Ted, remember when we
Ted
were
should
talking
sing
about
for
doing a
Fed.
musical episode, and you were like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome."
Ted should think.
No, I
sing
don't
for
remember that
Fed.
conversation.
I do, clear as day. In fact, I have it on my phone, which is over there.
Oh, darn, it's all the way over there.
I know it is, but you'll just have to take my
All right,
very
fine, you know
honest
what? I'm
and
gonna
totally
sing
real
about-
word.
Fed Tem right.
Fed Tim Wright.
Can I sing a song for Ted Femright?
Fed Tem
You
right.
mean Fed
You
Tim
can
Wright?
sing one
Yeah.
for me, not.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to sing for Fed Temrite, that's fine.
All credit for this goes to Julian Smith, if you guys know who he is.
Is this my Mountain Dew?
It is now.
It is now.
Promise I'll always wear my clothes. I only get naked in my shower. Behind closed doors. Never get naked in yours.
Always I'm guest in your room. I declare this an anti-awkward zone. 'Cause there ain't no need for privacy, and then you know private parts you'll see. And this way we don't have to be alone. Oh yeah.
I never get naked in your shower. I promise I'll always wear my clothes. I only get naked in my shower. Behind closed doors. Only get naked in yours.
Nice.
What are the comments like? I'm just curious.
I think we've devolved into anarchy.
Hooray!
Let's
There
take
are a
this
few
song
questions.
for us.
Anarchy.
questions.
All right.
There are
We'll
a few
take some
questions.
The dome shall rise. No.
There was a
I got
question
it.
about
Thank you.
if Power Kid will have any mentor type characters or favorite teachers / professors.
Could you say that again?
Yeah.
Mentor characters
Oh,
and or teachers, professors for Power
Well, I mean,
Kid.
I think in some ways, pretty much everyone's kind of a mentor for Power Kid in some ways. I mean,
He's just that man.
but I don't mean that in a,
He's like Kid Flash if Kid Flash had brain damage.
that's
No?
not what I meant.
Sorry, Tech.
I don't understand that
It's your
reference, so,
character.
What
Wow.
What I did mean was
Young Justice fans, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. No, but I mean mentor in the way that he is kind of new again to this whole superhero game. He's constantly like so many of these shorts are about him, learning about different people, kind of interested in new people. He's like so amazed that how different everybody is. He finds Power Kid or Dark Cop super interesting. He finds Glyph super interesting. Corona super interesting. I mean, they're all completely different from anything he has seen before, and he's learning from them. He's learning some from Dark Cop. He's learning some from everybody. I mean, he is the student, really.
Yeah.
And Glyph is going to play a big mentor role,
Right.
which you kind of have already seen a little bit in the short we did. I mean, she is an upperclassman. She's a good student. She's a master tactician. So she's going to serve a lot in that purpose. And there will be teachers in the school. I mean, this series is more about the interactions of the students with each other. The teachers will be there,
Yeah.
but it's more about them kind of finding themselves through teamwork and friendship.
But also to build on that, I think Power Kid is more interested in the approval of his peers than he is of his
Yeah.
teachers. He certainly wants to, become a good superhero who is, well reputed and, become somewhat
And
remarkable in that sense. But
And maybe one day doesn't have a lame costume.
right. But he's come from this environment where friendship is something that doesn't really exist.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that he craves pretty desperately at the beginning of the first episode that's out there.
Well, and that's
So
true.
I think, part of that really plays into who he is as a person.
All right, cool. Is that out of questions?
Just the approval thing.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna see the punster? If we make $10,000, we'll figure out a punster episode.
Yeah, and they were spelling it Punister. Is it a play on words
How
about
do
the
you
Punisher?
know about the Punisher
Does
anyway?
does
We talked about
We've
it
talked
during
about
the last
it.
live stream.
is he gonna have a skull on his shirt with
Yeah.
like a bow and arrow thing through his head?
I mean, part of the even part of the sad part about the way we've been restructuring it, even though we're kind of making the same amount of time content, it being 3 episodes,
We have to stick to a concise, tight story.
Right, exactly.
So we had to trim some of the things that, while awesome and fun, they didn't get us from point A to point B in our story arc.
Basically,
And-
if we find a way to do it on the cheap, heck yes.
Or
Yeah.
if this goes way beyond,
Yeah.
like
If we do 10, 12, 14, 15 grand, we'll make more content.
oh, definitely.
First on the list to make will be said Punster episode, because I replayed a Punster.
I mean, even if we don't, I think I saw a comment about wondering if there's going to be more shorts done alongside the episodes.
Yeah.
Like the sketches?
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe for special updates, if there's a holiday or something, we
Yep.
might do little shorts.
If we have some time and with the second camera on set, possibly we can do some stuff.
If there's
if we have an actor in costume and we might be able to do stuff, but
I mean, I think we'll definitely, because there is going to be a really long time making these, because we're making all of them at once. We probably will do occasional things just so people, we don't want people to forget.
But
that
with
we
this
exist.
money, we are going to be focused on making the story. We have a really awesome story arc we've plotted out, and we want to stick to it and tell you that story because we think it's really great. So our main focus is to deliver you that story, which is a continuation of the story you saw in the original film. And then it's the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, if this thing somehow takes off with this initial Kickstarter, gets funded, and we start really building a fan base, and we start selling T-shirts and masks and hats and other things to fund more short projects, heck yeah. But that all begins with this that's all great to speculate about, but none of it happens without this Kickstarter being successful, period. So, I'm not trying reality bomb, but indie film, we have to beg, borrow, and appeal to your people's better wishes to get stuff made. And frankly, I've borrowed enough money over the last year and a half to fund other film projects that my wife would probably divorce me if I borrowed any more to fund this. So, I definitely can afford a divorce attorney, so pledge this project for my marriage.
And his half of the house.
And also so that we can hire his wife to do more costumes for us.
Yes,
she did the amazing costumes for Glyph and Corona. So we're very,
and pretty much, if
excited
you've
to-
watched Fang and Talon, 85% of the costumes in Fang and Talon.
And if you haven't, you should.
Whoop, new backer. Woo!
Let's take one more question and then get on this
Back to singing.
This backer backlog.
I think there's been a couple comments / questions about magic.
Yes.
I'm wondering. I think there was something about wondering if there will be a magic school, like a rival school in the series, or if there will be magic classes at Super Academy.
Yeah, there will be. Magic is a major.
Yeah.
There are magic teachers at the school, just like your Dr. Fate and Doctor Strange in the DC and Marvel universes, and some of the other, or Zatanna. Your other magic using superheroes. They're familiar with the comic book world. It's an accepted form of superhero-dom.
a word, heroism.
It's a facet of, so it is a dedicated major.
Right.
It's probably in the real world equivalent. It's probably equivalent of like the engineering school. It's really hard to get into. It takes a lot of work, and half the kids fail out of it. But if you do get through it, you're going to get a really good job because your skill set is very sought after.
Yeah. Now, on that note, though, with Super Academy, I think also though, it's also kind of like the major that's a little bit outside of the other majors. I mean, it's
Well, it's
not,
one of those.
It's the Bachelor of Science.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, because all the other majors are kind of they're kind of almost their little separate thing. I mean, they still work together, but they have so many different focuses as well. Like some of the tech majors will work a lot with the martial arts majors, but magic is a completely different realm, often literally.
They're literally those weirdos who do the chanting and the seances
Right.
and wear really weird costumes that have lots of silk and embroidery on them.
Yeah, there's some of the mysticism aspects that pull into that, which is kind of fun. I mean, I think it's also a really good contrast for the stereotypical superhero archetype where you get the really gritty, rough and tumble characters who are just like I'm a straight up badass and I just do my thing. Magic characters are a lot more down to earth typically. They have a lot more interesting things to say. So
And
I think-
often in storylines, are brought in to solve problems that typical superhero
Right.
skill sets can't approach.
So, if you put a character like Dark Cop and a character like Glyph in the same room, you don't have to do that much for that interaction and that story to become very, very interesting.
Mhm.
So that's part of why we want magic to exist in this universe.
Mhm.
And it also speaks to the strengths of the characters as well.
Right, exactly.
Basically, Jake might wanted to put a magic user in the show, like really bad. So,
We had a really
I'm just
great
a
thing
Doctor
going
Strange
there.
fan.
Yeah.
So.
But
So,
yeah,
onto the backlog.
sure.
all right, next factor we need to sing to Nate Wilson.
Nate Wilson paid. Wow. Yeah, I think has set the highest record so far.
Yeah, it's the highest pledge so far. We'll just say he's a #1 pledge badass.
Okay, so we got.
Platinum level backup.
So how are we gonna do this?
He's going to get a vocal cameo, those wondering. So you might hear him be maybe the countdown for an AI for a bomb on a computer or announcements at the school. You don't know. but
Or a
you'll hear
robot.
it. Or a robot. Deathbot.
The
You know,
lead Deathbot.
he might be the Deathbot. You know how all AI bots have the same voice? Maybe that could be Nate. Never know. Nate, you're going to get something awesome as far as your voice cameo. Just know that. So if anyone else wants a awesome voice cameo, you just got to give $300.
And it is
Your
limited.
shows.
Just that.
It
reward.
is limited, so first come, first serve on theirs. On those.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we should each person do one verse. Okay, that's a terrible idea.
It's like sing by numbers.
Nate. Nate.
The Wilson Nader.
Let me tell you how great my friend Nate is. Let me tell you how we went to the zoo. Let me tell you,
Lemurs.
you koala went to the Nate, the zoo, looked at the koalas.
I saw a monkey pooping.
They saw a monkey zooping. I don't know what that means, but Nate does.
It sure made sense at the time.
Cause Nate knows what's happening.
You can drive people away.
Nate knows
Stop it.
happening.
Okay, so I was joking about that music contract.
Oh God.
We're sorry to put you guys
thank
through
you, Nate.
this.
Thank you.
We can
You've
start
been-
just coming up with songs. We could just make Ben sing the best of, like Nickelback or something.
I would shoot
that
myself
would be
on
worse.
camera.
Or, we could have him, well, he can kind of sing. We can just do a bunch of cake songs.
No, I got stuck in Nate and great because it was like, hey, that rhymes with that. Hey, that rhymes with that.
You
No,
could-
but
you could
Nate,
write a
thank you
Magnetic
for
Field
being
song.
from the
Ben
very
could
beginning
rap that
too. Supporter
So-
just from the very first Kickstarter.
Now I get to listen to it again.
Yeah, you're doing it right now.
Oh,
This, something
Prepare
to
for
point out,
rush of
Nate backed the
disappointment.
first Kickstarter, so he's going to get a bunch of bonus extra rewards, double backer bonus.
yeah. Do you want to explain?
Why? Because double backer bonus sounds like something awesome, because it is. So everyone who pledges pledges any amount a second time is going to get an additional download of the DVD of the season, digital download, and the soundtrack. Everyone who pledges $20 or more is going to get those plus one of the collector cards. One of these awesome dealios here, signed by the actor portrayed on it for freezies. And that includes any level that's on top of it. So if you get the whole set of collector cards, you'll get an additional one signed and an extra download if you want to share your download with someone or the soundtrack. And that's just, you don't have to do anything but your name be one of the 150 people from the first back on this one. So that's all you'd have to do. And if your budget's tighter this time again, that's fine. You pledge $50 first time, you can only hack 5. 5, you're going to get that additional downloads. So just so you know, that's because it's our thank you to you guys for backing us twice. All right. Do we want to? Well, no one wants us to, but we're going to need to sing again. So
I think they.
Everyone got through all of them?
no.
Not even close.
Oh, we're close.
Oh, okay.
Casey,
Gilliland. He's a
Gilliland.
friend of mine.
So
I think you should
College.
sing.
yeah,
I don't
Ted should
sing. You sing.
Neither
I
do
know.
I.
Obviously, neither does Ben. But
Hey,
he's
hey,
doing
you
it.
said I didn't. You said directors used to sing, not to.
That was
not
a
the
beautiful
actors.
duet
Not
with
the
myself.
Do you want me to play it for a while before you sing?
Okay.
Don't
How
start
do-
chanting.
how do I
Stop
pronounce
you
it?
chanting.
Is it Gillian or Gillian or
Gilliland.
Gilliland?
Gilliland.
Okay. Give me something that's like a beat. Yeah. Like a, oh yeah.
That's not yet.
A little bit harder.
Yeah. Gilliland from Maryland. Gilliland from the fishing land. 'Cause she got gills. He got gills.
Mad Gills. Mad Gills. Hanging out with Aquaman.
And
Or Aquaman. Namor.
When guy's not watching.
Talking to fishes.
Talking to krill. Checking that oil. Oh, there's a spill. Good thing I got Gil. Cleaning it up with Aquaman.
And Namor.
You gotta look at it. Look at the camera. There you go.
You found the beat. Congrats.
Hey,
And that's why he wasn't in band in high school.
I was in choir.
Don't tell your.
That's why I never went to a choir concert in high school.
Actually, that was middle school. Because you had to do one.
Has anyone commented on these ridiculous songs?
Yes, though they are not as appalled as I think they should be.
Oh,
Tragic.
well, we're being
They
entertained.
all seem strangely delighted.
Well,
I
good.
don't understand.
that's amazing. We're just putting all the shame out there for you guys to eat up like delicious French fries.
And this is never coming off the internet.
Yeah, this is getting archived forever.
Yay for
It's our little-
posterity, and or if any of us run for public office, it's blackmail.
It's our little bit of
We have a
immortality.
question about
Yes.
stretch goals, and if you have any in mind.
I mean,
To make more episodes, that's the primary. Like, we get more money than our pledge, we'll make more stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean-
primary thing.
I think
And then possibly upgrade. I mean, right now we have these prototype cars, which are fairly nicely printed at a local printing place. We could get them better, like
He's dying.
laminated cards, you know, like actual high-end Magic the Gathering type ones, really professionally made, or even better than Magic the Gathering, because, you know, screw Wizards of the Coast. Maybe. Well, they're not going to back us. They're owned by Hasbro. Screw Wizards. We're small fries to them. Magic the Gathering is a fine game. The company that owns it, yeah, it's another thing. I'll tap out here. Let's see what I did there. All right. Anyway, so, you know, improving anything we can improve. I mean, we hit stretch goals. Another thing we could do is rent a better camera and possibly film the show in 2K or 4K. That's a possibility. These guys are cringing at that idea. Or maybe we could even do things like some more intense special effects with more money.
Right.
That's one thing. We could definitely hire an animator to do more work to really dress up the special effects.
Basically, expect the average costume budget to be between like $50 and a couple $100 for every character that's on screen. So we're, you know, if we're hitting a stretch goal, that means we'd be able to include more characters, which is huge because that means we can do a lot more. We can also have bigger scenes with more people in them, so we can create something that's a little bit bigger than, you know, what a web series might typically look like if we hit stretch goals.
yeah, I mean,
That also gives us a really good opportunity to bring in more villains. You know, we could have an episode with several villains that they have to battle, rather than just doing like one villain.
so to give a concrete answer though for stretch goals, basically we depending on the feedback, depending on the reaction we get in even like probably next 2 weeks, just sort of seeing, you know, what's coming in, kind of sort of base it on that. Based on, you know, if we're going to use, if we surpass our goal, like, would we use it to make more episodes or make those episodes even better? So, you know, again, that's something that we're really going to, you know, discuss, but it's all going to, it's all based on, again, our main focus right now is getting the initial goal before we start thinking about what to do if we go beyond it.
I have an idea since basically the core writing team is here, being me, Jacob,
Stop.
Ben, Alex.
Don't tell them.
I have one of my friends. There's a really sweet local business called the Fallout Shelter.
Mhm.
It's they basically have these cockpits of mechs where you simulate battles with mechs, and they would love to pledge at the $200 level to do some product placement and everything. But he says his equipment doesn't really move, and I said, well, we'll come to you to film because as a writing team, do you think we could do something with really cool digital computer cockpits of mechs and a superhero website?
Oh, I think we could do
I'm thinking a combat simulation scene of some kind.
Oh yeah.
Do you think?
I think so.
And that's the Fallout Shelter in Minneapolis, by the way.
Yeah, Fallout Shelter Arcade.
Yep.
Super, super cool. If you've been to Convergence in the summer, occasionally they will bring like all the units to sit in the middle of the central court there. And you can play with strangers in giant robots. And you get a full cockpit with like a million buttons that all do something awesome. And it's basically just like, it's like being a baby with like a bowl full of cereal and just like
Except other babies are trying to
except other babies are also
Attacking
using their
you with
cereal to try and
multi-terawatt
attack you.
lasers.
And your baby might have a jetpack or this metaphor got way out of hand.
I'm
Let me start over. It's like nerd heaven.
So you need to go to find out about them. It's FalloutShelterArcade.com. I'm going to drop one of the owners. His name is Keith. I had the pleasure of doing a live audition play or improv comedy show with him called Vilification Tennis. He was one of the other amateurs trying out. Basically,
it was such a good show.
The people who run Vilification Tennis are such assholes. I love them though. They're good, intentionally assholes. That instead of just doing a regular audition, they make all the amateurs do a live show in front of a packed house of about 100 people. So Keith and I did that. Keith had some absolutely hilarious jokes. We became good friends during rehearsals and everything. He's a really funny guy, goes to Convergence and runs a Fallout Shelter. So whether or not he pledges, really hope you pledge, Keith, if you're watching. You should check out his arcade and support him.
We could do a commercial for you
Yeah,
too.
and we'll film a commercial too. We'll go crazy.
That's at a higher level of film.
So if you do the 100, we can find a way to come to you, Keith, and film. Just saying. We're not begging. Well, we're totally begging. For you to just give it to us. Basically, all those times you called me a whore, or my mother a whore at Vilification Tennis, I will totally be a whore for you for $200. I'm just saying.
Wow, setting your standards low.
Yeah, well,
Worth more than that.
200 isn't that low.
So if
That's
anyone,
a good
if
one.
anyone has,
But I'm not technically getting the money. The film product. Yeah, I guess I'm paying for it.
if anyone
Anyway,
has a fat ginger fetish.
and on that note,
Congratulations. Well, the rating of this stream just went.
and on that note, let's do anything else.
Let's tone it down.
Sorry.
Well said.
Jake,
That's what we get
there was
for
a
bringing
question about your
Vilification
guitar.
Tennis into it.
Someone was wondering if it was a Fender Strat.
It is a Fender Strat knockoff. I do also have a Fender Strat, which I loaned to somebody who now lives out of state, so I don't know what happened to it. I got this guitar in like 2002 when it was still like a big deal that you could plug an instrument into your computer at home. Now that's like so normal that everybody does it. That's the whole story.
I'm just.
I thought there
I'm
was
Yeah.
more story. That was it. I'm sorry, guys.
Where is it? Kirby Volt was hoping that the songs that you've been seeing tonight might end up as singles in the Super Academy universe.
Sure.
Bonus tracks hidden on the CD.
Playing on a radio while our kids trying to study.
I pitched Ben the idea one time of having Starburst attempt a DJ career. He didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ S to the B in the house.
I have no idea why I wouldn't like that.
Okay, well, maybe we'll try it.
Check out my latest mashup, yo. What would be the most awful mashup ever? Nickelback and Keisha! Or Kesha, whatever you call
Dion
it.
and Korn. Awesome.
Kanye West and the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Skrillex and Neutral Milk Hotel. I wish that wasn't a real band.
The Arcade Fire in Final Fantasy VI soundtrack. Sorry if I went with.
and literally anything.
And speaking of songs,
We have one more to do. Nick Lee's.
this is the last one, unless
Yeah, unless you know if you're
guys, you can't let us stop
if you're
here.
watching and haven't pledged, you should do it. Minnesota Guilt Trip. We're gonna like passive aggressively make you
Well,
pledge.
technically, we have about 10 people watching right now.
We have about 10 backers.
Thanks everybody for being here,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yes,
you guys
thank
are
you.
amazing.
Sorry we can't entertain you more, but we're not monkeys. Monkeys
Dude,
are always
well,
more entertaining.
I don't know about that.
Here's a little bit of entertainment. If you want me to say anything in the Death Side voice, go ahead and ask. And
Or
pledge.
ask. If you pledge, he'll do something totally awesome.
We good to go? This
Okay.
jam.
Yeah.
What's the
What's
name
the name
of
of the person?
His name is Nick Lees.
Nick Lee. Nick Lee.
He could be a
Leave
car.
me alone. Nick Lee, why you always looking down my alleyway? Nick Lee, why can't you let me go my own way? Why you look at me, just let me be. Oh Lee, Nick Lee, why'd you pick me? Why did you pick me? Why did you pick me? Why? Nick Lee.
Man, who needs tickets to Coachella?
That sounded. Does anyone else who's a child of the 80s think that sounded just like the Knight Rider theme? That sounded just like the Knight Rider theme. Mr. Feeney was just talking to me and telling me to go watch Baywatch or something like that. If you got any of those references, you're as old as me.
I got 2 out of 3.
That was a harmonic major, I think. That's Knight Rider was minor.
That sounded a lot like the Knight Rider thing.
Somebody look up a tab for the Knight Rider theme song.
Do we have any
I'm all about this right
or
now.
comments? Or
You want the music?
No, I want the tablature.
do we have any?
Oh, we just got a new backer! Yeah! Jessica Honerman. Watched at the DVD level. She'll get the season 1 exclusive DVD, which you can only get if you pledge. Only.
She's
Which will
afraid
have a bunch of-
Casey
Sweet. We'll have a bunch of unique stuff like commentary, exclusive behind the scenes, exclusive Kickstarter only gag reel, and all kinds of stuff. And another backer!
Woo! Thanks everybody.
It's my voice.
We love you.
And
Show
another
us
one,
running out of music.
Frank Galatis. It's a product placement. I'm guessing he's one of the gents from the Fallout shelter.
Oh wow!
So $200. So
Thank you.
We'll take it.
Awesome.
If you're not, that means awesome. Like you said, Frank, let us know what your product is. If it's small enough, we can put it in scenes of the show. We will.
Or
if
not.
it's a big thing like the Fallout shelter, we'll film a freaking scene that features your stuff.
And as long as it's not banned in at least 6 countries, then we're good.
Unless those 6 are countries
If
we
it's
don't
banned
care
in
about.
5,
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all
You
about
know,
it.
if it's like Ukraine, Colombia, and Kyrgyzstan, or however you say that one. Not Kazakhstan. I mean, if it's banned in Kazakhstan, we can't do it. But if it's banned in...
The point is, thank you.
Anyway, thank you. Yes.
Someone asked if they
And we'll get to
hear,
your songs in a sec.
Their Death Side order an evil pizza.
Has to be an evil pizza.
Evil.
Very evil pizza.
Here.
I'm going to Google evil pizza and see what it brings up.
Anything with anchovies on?
I'm just Googling evil pizza and seeing what happens.
That might be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't have filters.
Well, let's see what that's like.
Evil pizza on Scoobypedia. The first one, the Scooby-Doo database.
They
The
also
evil
wanted-
pizza was a normal pizza that was somehow animated by Professor Pericles using modified traps set up by Fred Jones Jr.
I knew it.
They also want you to hear how you love your collection of Beanie Babies.
Think you can combine them into one, or is that not possible?
I don't think that's possible.
No.
All right, let's start.
So we don't want to do the pizza first?
Up to you.
Order a
It's
pizza.
your world.
Okay.
How would Darkseid order a pizza?
That side.
Or Death Side? Sorry.
Darkseid would just tell Granny Goodness to bake him one.
I would eat a pizza she touched.
No. Hello. Yes, this is for pickup only. I need a deep dish, extra large, with onions, Italian sausage, fresh Italian sausage.
Made out of actual Italians. It is an evil pizza.
Extra orphans. And
The tears of forsaken children.
How much is it extra? Sorry, keep going.
extra orphans is any of them.
I guess.
I get it.
Mm. Yes, I will take the, No, nothing funny goes with breadsticks.
Evil breadsticks.
the cheesy crust?
Hear this message. I don't know if anyone will ever hear my distress signal, but I want you to know it was Bartholomew.
I freaking hate Livestream. The doing them is awesome. The
You guys are awesome. If you can see us.
Yes.
I mean, like the live stream that was cut out in the middle of vilification, Dennis?
That's because they were supposed to have a dedicated server or link for Brian Lake Bowl to the Fearless Comedy people, but they just said no. You use the public one.
We're
And
back
all
on right now.
120
We are back.
Okay.
All 120 people logged on their
All right.
phones.
So we were talking about very important stuff.
Yes.
So where were we? We were talking about what were we talking about?
I don't know, but I remember I was supposed to do something with Beanie Babies and deaths.
Oh yeah, you got. You want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay, Beanie Baby Death Side.
Well, I admit at first when I got into collecting them, it just seemed like something paltry, something simple to while away the time while my failures of children grew up. Of course, they wanted to play with them, but that depreciates the value of them. I mean, what's the point of having a stuffed animal if you can't actually sell it back later? Children aren't supposed to be amused, children should be put to work. 1,500 years of human civilization, and we just now decide that children have a childhood? No. So, the real crown jewel of the whole collection, though, is that little bull. I think he's called hot sauce or something, Tabasco. Yes. I've got 2 of him. I had to kill somebody to get the second one. Best day of my life.
Wow.
Well, it was a real father-son bonding experience. We were walking through the store and... Oh my.
What's this?
That is an entire list of all the Beanie Babies ever.
Oh wow.
Well, I see my collection has some holes. I'll have to visit eBay later and form a hit wish list.
If you collect all the Beanie Babies, you open a portal.
I hadn't heard of that.
That's
I'll have
true.
to factor
You
that
have to
into
look
one of
it
my
up.
plans.
No one's ever done it yet. Oh jeez. So, thank you guys for
You should also get off.
That is an extremely powerful
Oh, no.
generation.
thank you guys for still being here.
And for tolerating that hiccup.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we yeah again we have another 45 minutes or so.
Yeah?
Did we get a new backer?
Yeah, we have a backlog, don't we?
Yeah, we got 3
not
of
too
them now.
much of them, but a little bit of one.
Okay.
Maybe we can do an acapella one.
Yeah.
So we have, let's see, Nick Lees we gave. So our backer after that was Jessica Honerman, who said she found us via Facebook.
Oh, nice.
So thank you, Jessica.
Welcome.
Which also means if you have pledged already, or if you're tight on money but want to help out, share this on social media. Facebook, Twitter. We know Facebook buries things because of the whole timeline stuff. So Tumblr, oh man, if you are active Tumblr with lots of people who follow you, definitely put it on there.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
If you can get somehow Reddit to enjoy original content, which I know is nearly impossible, they only like stuff that's been reposted 500 times. So repost it 500 times, the 500th time it'll reach the front page of Reddit.
Throw it up on Imgur, and a week later it'll show up on Reddit.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so anyway, yes, share on your social media, email it to your friends who you know are comic book nerds, all that stuff really, really helps us. Even if you only pledge $5, if you can get 5 other friends to pledge $5, all of a sudden we have a nice chunk of money. So keep that in mind. So Jessica Honerman, I hope I am pronouncing your name right, but that is how I would pronounce it, Honerman.
$40. Awesome. Very nice.
Hold on.
Yep.
All right.
So, all right.
Acapella.
Okay,
Someone else want to sing? I'll do the.
No.
I can provide the bass line.
Okay, fine. You do the doo-wop beep-beep-beeps. That's what it's called, right?
I'll hop in from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me a doo-wop.
Hang on, I gotta find a beat. I gotta get a beat. God, man.
Sorry.
Wah.
Jessica. How'd you say it again?
Honerman.
Jessica Honerman, chasing you around the world.
You have to address her in the camera.
Jessica Honerman, go in. Swirling. Oh, I'm gonna start over. Okay.
Barbershop Quartet,
I
we
got
are
away from
not.
Kermit saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I. Okay. Let's try this again. Jessica Honerman. Jessica Honerman. What? Jessica's a loner, man.
Oh, sad. We
Jessica
don't know that.
is cool nerd, man. That rhymed?
No.
Okay, hold on. Me. Jessica, you're a very nice person.
We
She's not
apologize profusely.
I really enjoy some of your.
She's not even watching.
This musical experiment has been deemed a failure.
Jessica, if you're watching, post a comment to prove Ted wrong.
She's not watching.
Someone post a comment, just anyone post a comment.
If you're,
Validate us.
One of my friends just sent me a Facebook message saying, "That sound you hear is the internet crying at your singing."
that's amazing.
That might be why.
By the way, that might have been my friend who I did vilification tennis with. We have learned much from that.
No, that
Also, we learned how fat everyone's mom is.
Oh.
That's what vilification tennis is all about. Speaking of which, the next person we have, we should sing to the Fallout Shelter. Keith and Frank and the other members who run that.
Can we get a giant robot themed song going if it's for the Fallout Shelter?
Can we do like Power Rangers? Or is that too fast?
Can you do something from the Pacific Rim soundtrack?
I figure out the Pacific Rim thing.
Sometimes the hurricane can punch the hurricane.
Somebody needs to see this movie more.
Yes.
I'm apparently Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and you look like a lot of gum.
That was uncanny.
And I'm all out of the gun.
I know what he said.
Oh yeah.
It's just he's talking to the kaiju now. Because there's only one of him in the cockpit. Duke is enough man for both.
We have sort of a backlog of requests
Yes.
for Death Side to do things.
Excellent.
See if we can find a start here.
Um,
Can we hear Death Side give a review of the film Toy Story?
Toy Story is a piece of sentimental garbage. It teaches you that children should be orderly, that they should respect other people's things, that they shouldn't indulge themselves in destructive whims. You see, Toy Story is a movie told from the villain's perspective.
My internet is not doing anything.
Can we hear Death Side tell us a bedtime story?
Once upon a time, there were 3 little bears who stepped outside their house and were met with a hail of .50 caliber bullets. Their corpses were then reconstructed into an armored war machine, which decimated the city.
Go to sleep.
That's also cool.
So I'm monitoring the thing.
Can
The whole
Death
campaign
regale
on the
us with
phone.
the time he went to see Starburst do stand up?
Oh, God. Open mic with Starburst.
I decided to do some reconnaissance on the Super Academy and its new class of failures and soon-to-be washouts. So I arrived at this small comedy club on the outskirts of the city. There I had the utmost displeasure of finding that one of the students was not in the audience. He was on the stage. He was a particularly droll boy by the name of Starburst, who I have had the extreme displeasure of interacting with before, and who I believe may have designs on my daughter. I will have to kill him for this. But perhaps he can be useful first, for his comedy was so bad, it actually made me want to reform my ways, give up all my earthly possessions, and move to Tibet and become an ascetic. Of course, this would still not actually purge my memory of having heard him speak, so I did the next best thing, which was step outside, flip over a car, and burn a building down.
He may or may not have been inside.
I did my best to ensure it.
I'm seeing. So I'm looking at. There's some buzz going on Facebook. Some of the buildings. Okay, I can wait to pledge till I get paid next week. The way kicks. A lot of like GoFundMe and Indiegogo. Yes, it absolutely works like that. Kickstarter, you don't pay a dime till we reach our goal, and the money doesn't come out till the end of the campaign. So if you can budget money for May 17th when the campaign ends, do it now. Pledge now to get that number up so people can see the buzz about it. But you will not be charged a dime until the end of the campaign. So keep that in
Let's
mind.
bring that up in the update, I think.
So
Yeah, you won't be charged
so
until
that's
for a month or
because
so.
Kickstarter is an all or nothing. We don't get any money unless we reach that $8,000 goal. Because we put a realistic goal. This is the amount of money we could have put $2,000, earned it. Because we're almost there now, and then done nothing with it, and just hold on to your money. That's what happens on places like Indiegogo. Here, we put the number we actually need to make the series, so if we get it, the series gets made, so you know you're supporting something that will get done. So, pledge now. The money doesn't come out till the end. Get that number up to show buzz, because the more buzz and pledges we get, the better chance we could reach Reddit, or not Reddit, Kickstarter HQ's front page. Trending. There's a section on Kickstarter says hot right now or popular. The more we pledge we get early, we could get on that popular page for Kickstarter, and there's a good chance total strangers on the internet serving that have no connection to any of our circles will see it and pledge it if they like the video. So pledge now, get the buzz up, get us on those Kickstarter popular pages, and do it.
No, definitely.
If you guys also, frequent any forums or, like chat or anything that, it'd be appropriate to mention this in, please do. I mean, the best thing that we can do is put it outside of our circle.
Yes.
All the info that we have says that everybody who subscribes to us pretty much watches everything we put out at least once. But it's just that group. When you guys share it, you're outside of our personal circle, so then it gets seen by a lot more people. So that just makes it more likely that we'll be able to get more people interested in the project.
Definitely.
We have definitely had a couple of people comment saying that they're going to be sharing among their YouTube. And,
Thank you.
You guys are the best.
Thank you
We
very
love
much.
you.
And we'll be sure to give you also a shout out as well. Like if you
Oh my God, Jessica is watching.
Hooray!
Yay, you proved it wrong!
Woo! Unless it was someone who was really
Which is really the
dedicated.
most important.
Yeah, they might be. They don't have a picture. It's only
If you
mine.
have done that, you are our heroes.
Right. Our superheroes. Okay. And we lost all the budget from that.
Someone was just about to back us and pay out, and they're like, "Oh no,
Nope.
horrible pun. Never mind. I'm gone."
There was almost one in the Kickstarter video. I wisely chose not to do that. So people are gonna see that and be like, nope.
Nope. That looks like a nice tall glass. Nope.
That's a big old pile of frowny face right there.
So do we want to take more questions?
Yeah,
questions
questions.
Yes.
from Death Side, because that's all I think they're getting at the moment.
Let's take a little bit of a break from Death Side.
Well, I don't really
Well,
have anything else, so
All right.
until people
If
ask
you guys
more
want to ask us
questions.
questions about our favorite superheroes, other creative projects,
I mean,
we do,
go ahead. I was just.
what anything. This is basically like a live Reddit AMA where you don't have to upvote or downvote or anything.
Ask me
You
about.
can't give us gold though, and by gold I mean pledges.
You can ask me what I'm wearing under this table.
It's nothing.
Whoa.
I'm just saying you could.
You wouldn't get a very interesting answer.
That's the most interesting part. Anyway,
Wet.
Sure, let's take one more
people
Death Side.
have no idea why we thought that was funny.
Okay, here's a question.
Oh.
Someone was wondering where inspirations for your characters have come from. Specifically, if Marvel or DC.
Well, a little bit of both.
I'm gonna need
I
actually.
mean,
I think we're massive nerds. So
I mean, all of us. I personally can't say I am a fanboy, like exclusively doing DC or Marvel. Both companies have characters I like. I would say, as a collective group, I think Marvel makes a more appealing universe to me. But there's several DC characters I really love, and there's certain things in my childhood. The Batman animated series was a key part of my childhood growing up. And then, you know, older, I enjoyed the Justice League animated series as well. I mean, it's one of those, I can't really pick one, like, you know, off the top of my head, probably I don't even know what my number one favorite superhero is, because I just appreciate good stories with good writing.
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold probably is my favorite, and he is DC. He's my favorite because he is so lame. I'm also a Cubs fan, so those of you who know sports, the Cubs are the lovable losers. So Booster Gold is the Chicago Cubs of the superhero universe. You know what? I hate it when nerds call sports ball, because they fully are aware that sports are real or what they call. If someone doesn't like Doctor Who, they don't fucking call it Dr. Y. Okay?
Well,
I totally stole that joke from
Dr.
Patrick Bauer, who's a fantastic stand-up comedian.
That's
he tells
because
it
people who
way
aren't
better
nerds
than me.
are not
He's
smart
local.
enough to be funny.
So maybe that's it. I don't
Ooh.
know.
Shots fired at somebody.
Someone is actually
Anyway.
wondering what you're wearing under the table.
It's just
Patrick
No,
Bauer stole your joke.
I'll tell you what he's not wearing.
A really tight pair of jorts.
No,
That's
but
the funniest answer.
Circulation leaving.
for just sort of going on more about just sort of inspiration. I mean, you know, a lot of I've kind of mentioned this in some of the Kickstarter. Like a lot of it's based on, you know, either school stuff or common things with superhero twists. Some of the initial ideas for certain characters were real, sort of based on certain ideas too. Like the character of Dark Cop, I took initially took. And I wanted to do something with Batman, but I also combined elements from the BBC Sherlock as well. So we're kind of combine those because they're similar in some ways, but a lot different. Like,
But like as an awkward teenager.
right, exactly. But where he's not, but he's more of the Batman obsessiveness as opposed to he thinks he is really good at deducting, but tends to get to the exact, like the worst possible conclusion. And by worst, I don't mean like the most what would be the like most violent things. Like my pen's missing, it's a conspiracy or
Yeah.
something.
The overly paranoid.
Hmm.
If Mel
Maybe-
Gibson played Batman, possibly.
To get totally serious about it for a minute, I think everybody in college is trying to sort of figure out who they are, and when they're developing this persona of this, you know, superhero character, on top of that, you know, that's very revealing about the people involved. So I think that's kind of where the appeal of the story is coming in terms of, you know, inspiration. We're pulling from all over the place. We want to do something totally original, but, you know, we all have our favorite heroes. You know, Kyle's pretty partial to, you know, Booster Gold and all those other guys. My favorite hero of all time is Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I like Deadpool a lot. I like the Incredible Hulk. Probably if I had to pick one.
Moon Knight.
Incredible.
Moon Knight fans out there, also my new best friend.
Yeah, I mean, what's first off, what's great about superheroes is also you can pretty much add any genre you want. You can take from anything because any genre can be in it. A sci-fi, magic, anything. And also, when you take, and so many great things, original things are taking a ton of inspirations. Like the first Star Wars was really they just took stuff from everything, like stuff from
A lot of Kurosawa, samurai
Kurosawa,
films.
yeah.
A lot of the Buck Rogers space serials.
Right, like it almost, but like, if you just take everything but do it in a new way, like the Mass Effect series, like every character is basically just ripped from another sci-fi series. Yeah, exactly. But, it creates sort of an original thing in that way.
Until they just turn it into Call of Duty in space.
Wow, that's...
Mass Effect 3, talking to you. Anyway, so, sorry, nerd ranting. That happens a lot. Because we're nerds.
But Call of Duty's first person, Kyle.
Oh,
but it's a shooter game. They turned my RPG into a shooter.
And
I will
Slash
never forgive.
I
don't forgive EA for that. I
feeding
know.
the troll.
I know.
the comments are...
Trolling the feed.
Anyway, so Glyph definitely has some inspiration from Doctor Strange. But also her power, she can only do the magic by writing sigils down, which is kind of similar to Zatanna, who can only do magic when she says certain words. We kind of put restrictions and rules on it, which is really fun with magic. We put our own twist on it.
Yeah,
Or if any of you guys are young Avengers fans, Wiccan kind of repeats everything over and over and over again. Or if you guys have read Runaways with Sister Grimm, some of this she can say a word and then a spell happens, but she can only cast that exact spell one time.
Yeah, I think it's really important to establish limits or rules for magic, because magic, theoretically, you could do anything with, and that kind of takes away from the story. So I think it's really important also to establish those kind of things.
And then the Corona character, aliens with their alien powers as superheroes is nothing new. You've got Martian Manhunter and Starfire, and I'm trying to think, is there a good
Technically Superman.
Superman? Yeah. Any aliens in Marvel Universe on the top of your head? Think of
depending on which version, Thor.
So
Galactus is an alien.
technically
Silver
Silver
Skrull.
Yep.
Yeah, Marvel.
So-
Super Skrull.
So it takes to that for as someone who's very foreign to our culture. And kind of,
Surfer.
they're not a
Super
superhero.
Surfer's great example.
Yeah, they're kind of learning our culture and everything, but have great power in it. That's kind of that fish out of water kind of theme. Almost even like and it's not even just limited to superheroes. It's the Commander Worf situation. He's an alien with his own rituals and cultures in another world that is at times at odds with those rituals and cultures.
I think at the one sorry.
Go ahead.
One thing though that I think, and we want to make sure we don't make that her sole characteristic as well.
Yep.
Which which we're not.
That's part of the inspiration
Right.
of her creation, but we also made her a character.
No,
we
exactly.
also chose to make her very energetic and very interested and positive as well.
Yeah, that will change though. We have her, having different, times when her emotion level changes based on her social biological functions, as Dark Cop says. And so, but yeah, I think that's a good point. That's a really good point to bring up Star Trek. I think there was, a lot of influence from, Star Trek and anime as well as, other things. Star Wars too is more in the expanded universe in terms of developing Corona. We can't really do a whole lot with her right now because a lot of her stuff relies on powers and special effects for showing where she came from and what she can do. But I think it's going to be really exciting to get more into that and see what other things we can do and how she experiences things differently than the rest of the Super Academy crew.
Sorry, I'm there's a lot of social media stuff going on for the campaign. That's what I'm watching.
Oh, excellent.
If you have
I
any,
mean, this is our
also,
guy. This is our guy.
I'm trying to answer questions people have via comments and everything. And when a good one comes up, I'll actually voice it in case any of you are thinking the same thing, like payment on the Kickstarter. So that's
And you can message us too on the Kickstarter.
message us on the Kickstarter. Message us on the Facebook page. We're watching it actively. The one thing,
Fanfics.
your life kind of revolves around social media and the Kickstarter page during a launch, and you get really excited every time your phone goes email. And if you see an email from Kickstarter, you go, yes, it's a new backer. So, I mean, keep pledging. Get your friends to pledge because it's an exciting feeling. We're off to a great start. We still have 29 days to go, basically 29 days and 22 and a half hours to go. So, I mean, keep it on. We don't want to hit that lull in the middle where we're getting very few pledges. We need to get that big boost early and then keep getting those pledges steady so we can have that big push towards the end. So, I mean, and it'd be really awesome if we could reach our goal early. Because then we could have a pledge, we could have a boost for, that's when we can start talking. If we reach our goal before the end of the campaign with, a handful of days, then we can start talking stretch goals realistically, because then we have time left.
Or with half the campaign to go.
Yeah, so
that also sounds great.
yeah, so I mean, if you can help us get to the goal early, we'll actually come up and lay out and graph out the stretch goals
Right, exactly.
automatically. We'll start planning them. So
And we'll put up another live stream and get input from you guys too.
Yeah, I mean,
If you guys are going to help us out like that, then we want to know what you guys want.
oh yeah, no, I mean input and just if you ever have any suggestions or just want to say anything, just.
And that brings up another point I want to make. That the cool thing about Kickstarter and indie film projects like this, in general, is the kind of access you get to the creators is completely unparalleled. To say, I mean, you're not going to get to talk to Bryan Singer like this. You're not going to get to talk to Guillermo del Toro like this, but that would be awesome.
I would be like, I'd turn into a baby.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Yeah. So I mean, you can ask us direct questions.
Yeah.
You
freaking
can,
Guillermo del Toro, man.
you give us enough money, you can give us direct feedback on some stuff you'd like to see. So I mean, this kind of access. I mean, even celebrities who have done Kickstarters, Zach Braff, won't give you that kind of access because they're Hollywood people. We're not. We're hardworking.
Yeah, I mean, even if you
I
have.
don't know if you'd see it, but the first video that isn't suggested links under this is a live stream with Zach Braff.
Screw that guy. I mean,
Really?
I was
That's,
on.
no, I meant, but that's wow.
I find that distressing.
No, that's amazing.
Well, it's a video by Kickstarter, so that's
Okay.
probably why
Oh.
it's there.
Okay.
You want to hop in, Ted?
But
Yeah,
even
fan
also,
love.
if you guys have,
Should join in.
if you want to,
I love the
if
fans
there's a
from afar.
suggestion, if you have for, even
Such an
rewards,
actor.
if we get
If
kind
there's
of,
something you'd like to see, hey, I really want to pledge, but you guys need.
Yeah.
I don't fill in the blank. I think we came up with a good variety of rewards that sound pretty awesome. But if there's something you really want to see that we can realistically get, merchandising item or whatever, and you'd like to see, let us know, and then we'll try. We can add rewards as the Kickstarter
Yeah.
is going live. Like those rewards there aren't.
or live streams.
That isn't our limit. We can add more. So,
Yeah, and if you have a suggestion, I think preferably, actually, if you could leave even a comment on Kickstarter, just so other people can see it. We'll kind of be taking, if it's a good idea, but also if we see that a lot of people are, agreeing with this
and
or
liking
are
the
liking
comment.
a comment. I think we would definitely look a lot more, because we want to be as transparent on this as possible. I mean, yeah, because I think, because you guys are the people who pledged, you are making the series too.
Yeah, and talk about access. We're gonna do lots of behind the scenes access. You guys are only getting access to. One thing I want to try and do is do a producer video blog, short little 2 or 3 minutes where I'll take a break during filming or at the filming. I'll do put a webcam in front of me, record. Hey, this is what we did today. This is some stuff that looked really awesome. Here's some, I'll even tell you hey, this piece of equipment or fell, or a squirrel attacked one of our actors or something, you know, like I will tell you about the ups and downs, so you'll literally be a part of making the film. You'll feel like you're on set almost. I mean, and like I said, that doesn't happen without the money, because we can't be on set without the money. But that's something I would like to do. I'll create, you know, we'll figure out some way to get that content to you, but it should be, these guys know this kind of tech stuff better than me. I know how to, once it's on social networking, I know how to create buzz about it. But yeah, so I mean, we're going to give you access, and like I said, the behind the scenes stuff only, you have to give us at least $1. Give us $1 to get the behind the scenes stuff. So there's no reason your friends shouldn't get 100 friends to give us $1 so they can get the behind the scenes access. And to 10, if you do that, we all of a sudden have, you know, a very large chunk of money.
10,000 friends.
Yep, 10,000 friends. I'll give $1.
There was a question about what Corona's superpowers were.
Yeah, Corona's powers telekinesis.
She's a telepath with telekinesis, so she can do things. She can shoot mind bullets and lift things and communicate with others, and very similar to, you know, a Martian Manhunter type, without the shape shifting.
Like Jean Grey.
Or Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Yep, but
not crazy pants.
Right. She does also have some limited mind reading. I mean, part of it. I mean, it's still
she ain't like Charles Xavier though.
Yeah, it's really advanced, and also, you know, mind reading is kind of like a privacy thing.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about. But that's something that we really want and could be really interesting as well.
I think Kyle already sort of touched on this a little bit, but someone was wondering if you're planning on doing any more live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll do at least 2 more probably over the course of the campaign.
Information on the choreography one, or
The what?
choreography one I pitched to you.
We'll probably do one right in the middle of the campaign. We'll definitely do one at the
You
end.
have to tell me that one again.
One idea that I had, and let us know if you guys like the idea of it, is we'll see if we can't get one of our choreographers to show up and have them live choreograph a fight scene for you guys. So kind of see the process that goes into that, you know, the amount of time and work that we have. So just kind of see, you know, try and come up with something interesting and original for you guys. So we'll see if we can make that happen, if you guys think that's appealing.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. Another live stream we're talking about. You can see on the Kickstarter we have 4 of the posters right now. We're gonna make 2 more.
Oh yeah.
And that one we want to do live because we're gonna be designing it live, and you know, you can have that sort of live feedback as well, as Jacob is our primary posterer.
It's so fun, you
Yeah,
guys.
he did a great job also with the title on the Kickstarter. That was like really great.
The image of all the characters you see.
You know, making all the, you know, different lighting setups, everything, and just making it all look like if they were together. It was really great.
Yeah, it was tricky to try and match them all. I didn't know they were going to be one big image until Ben was like, "Hey, let's just put them all in one image." And I was like, "Okay."
I just said it might be fun. I didn't say it.
Hey, the fact that you pulled it off is great.
Yeah, no, great job.
Beyond phenomenal.
But yeah, no, and that, you know, do it live, you know. Jacob has like a thing, it's like, I don't know, maybe I should put a star here, or should I put space? What do you guys think? I said the exact same thing, star in space. I don't know why.
Should I put a star here, or should I put a sun here? Well, it's gonna be one or the other.
Do we have any? Oh, we have a
Aren't
backlog,
those the
don't we?
same things?
Yes. Yeah, that was the point.
I'm slow. I'm also listening to you. Yeah, okay. I'm literally slow.
So we need a sing for the Fallout Shelter guys.
Oh, yeah.
Keith and Frank.
Yeah, sorry for. Hopefully you're still here.
I dug up an old metal
If you're not, you're probably
track for you for this one.
Okay, follow.
You ready to do some metal?
so. You need to drink some chocolate milk and orange juice before.
That is not metal.
That's death metal.
Oh, okay. I listen to good metal, so.
Okay, well.
Ben singing. It's not gonna be.
Fallout! Not the pussy game, but the Fallout Shelter! go to the Fallout Center and play a cool game and drive robots.
Mech Warriors.
Mech Warriors. Punch robot. I'm sorry. Am I? People with headphones. I'm sorry.
If you want to mess with pods, go to the Fallout Shelter!
Fallout Shelter. Going to. Okay.
And now we just jump back to hair metal.
Yeah, that kind of
Yep.
turned into a trucker ad. Or a monster truck
We
ad.
went from like Slayer to Poison.
In the space of about 5 seconds.
Slayer. All right, Daniel Kluver.
Yay,
Oh,
Dad!
Just so you know, I killed my voice for you right there. I need another do or something. Or
They're all
RC.
gone.
I need the
RC.
RC.
Probably
It's
one
all
RC
Royal
left.
Town.
It's all gone.
Although
No,
you
it's
took the
RC
last
is
one.
gone
You're
too.
doing nothing and you're drinking up the pot.
I've done a lot.
The direct.
Here,
I'll go
don't
get
mind.
you some water.
Oh, thank you.
You don't mind.
Water. I'm just kidding.
director would like some water. So, is there a second one?
Yeah. Well, Daniel Kluver.
Yeah.
You got it. You guys think it is. So you want?
I'm sorry, your death metal growl was great.
And then once we
Is
do
Dan
Dan,
watching right now, by any chance?
Does it say?
we'll know in a minute.
Is
'cause
or
there's
Oru Kami Man on there?
I have not seen anything from.
I think that's his.
Can we do something relaxed?
Something chill.
Yeah. Can we do like
some.
you want to do something like the
Jam.
Dawson's Creek theme song?
Oh God.
Daniel Creevery with?
I don't want to wait till Daniel pledges to Kickstarter. Something like that.
Maybe.
Huh?
Was that
Is it
really the
Creeper?
song?
Or we could do something like a stick song, like "Come Sail Away," "Come Pledge Away."
Just t-shirts.
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm pledging away. Sorry, I can't keep that up. Ben's gonna feel it.
Living in a small town by the beach. Seems all my dreams are out of my reach. Till I met Daniel. He gave me a handle of my life. Daniel Griever came into my life like a meat cleaver and broke away all the bad things like a blunt instrument. Your instrument is a word. And I go in, leaving my small town. I'm gonna meet you, Daniel. You and me, we're gonna get a cocktail. And then maybe we'll eat some shrimp.
You get a tandem bike.
And I want Julius. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, you could see a movie. Like, Over the Hedge 2. I don't know.
That movie deserved a sequel.
Yeah. I think that was a thing. Daniel.
We were caught up on singing. Thank God.
So wait, did Dan back?
Yeah.
Because he's not showing up on mine. I don't know if it's just not refreshing.
Oh,
Yours isn't. He backed.
Oh, okay.
I think I need to make a signal of that. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you do.
There's a question here.
Yes.
So yeah. Oh, which question were you?
Jesus's.
Hmm?
Jesus's.
Oh yeah, there was actually a couple questions a little while back.
Oh.
Someone wanted to know how you got they had heard about this through the Nostalgia Critic review, and they wanted to know how you had gotten that.
Yeah, I mean,
Lots of
And
money.
also
Good old fashioned bribery.
that's not exactly.
I'm sorry, your name is long, and I don't want to mispronounce any of it. But there was someone wondering if there was going to be any more collaboration with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, originally, that review was sort of when he was doing his Indiegogo. That was one of sort of like reward. You know, at sort of the last days, it was kind of a, you know, just as a way, like if you pledge a certain amount, then you will be featured in one of his reviews. We were talking about Super Academy Kickstarter, and you know, sort of the goals that we were aiming for, ways to kind of get the word out, and just sort of we were sort of thinking, risk versus value, and so we ended up going through that. Really increased like so much of our viewership is from that review now, and which is really awesome. I would love to do any more collaboration I can. Right now, so the first Super Academy is on That Guy with the Glasses in the full version. It doesn't say what the view count on that is. It's probably higher than the YouTube page, though. I mean, if we make more episodes, I would absolutely love to, sort of get in contact with them again. I recently just spoke with him about we're going to be reposting his little review as a separate short, probably in the next day or so. And he might, he said he was probably gonna give us a shout out on his Facebook as well. But yeah, no, I would. I mean, right now, any other places we can host our content would be really great. I mean, YouTube, the problem is there's so much stuff right now. It's like the most saturated place on the net, I feel.
Yeah,
I know
and
that's
if
not
you're
true, but-
if you're set not to let them do commercials, they almost bury you at times.
Mhm.
But we don't want to put a bunch of commercials on our product for you once you guys have that cinematic experience.
Right. I mean,
If you can't, and if there's not commercials or pop-ups or any of that annoying crap that's on a lot of
well, That Guy with the Glasses.
YouTube videos.
But still, I mean, like I've always really just been super big fan since high school. As work, the part of the reason why I also went for him, like when we were thinking, it was like because sort of the fan base on there. They have the Linkara fan base as well. Their things are longer. People are on That Guy with the Glasses thing. Reviews will tend to be like 20, 40 minutes or so. Where on YouTube, the attention span is much less. We have for Super Academy, we have 12,000 views right now, which relative is a lot. For what it is, for like a 25-minute film, that's like, which doesn't have like a pre-existing thing, that's like a ton. But it's also because, YouTube has just sort of that thing where, the length, we would really like to be able to host it on something in the future that has sort of that fan base. I mean, so many people, again, also know about us from That Guy with the Glasses that I would love, and if we get a contact, if we ask, we're there right away. So,
Yeah, if they want to host it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad place to host it either.
yeah, no, I
Or
would.
if you got a channel, if anyone from The Escapist is watching, give us a call, give us some money.
Apparently, DJ D has connections on the City of Titan forums and the City of Heroes
Awesome.
forum
Oh,
stuff.
awesome.
Titan
Excellent.
Network. So
Okay.
he's spreading the word there.
Yeah,
so
we-
thank you very much.
She.
Sorry.
Oh no, don't worry.
They.
Yeah.
Stupid internet.
No, I mean that'd be real. I mean, we spoke with some of them as well, but yeah, no, that'd be really great. I mean, again, the part of the thing though is we need to have stuff for them to host first.
Yeah, it's
Like-
hard to go to some of those places. Hey, we have this idea. We have nothing to give you to host.
Right, exactly.
But we show up, we get the 8,000, we come up with 3 quality
Mhm.
short films, and we go, hey, look at these professionally done HD short films. Would you like to host them?
Mhm.
If they're popular, would you like... And they will actually, in the future, if they want more content from us, they might write us a big fat check
Mhm.
to get content made.
Mhm.
But we need something to sell them, especially since, none of us are big Hollywood stars, Sir, Martin Scorsese,
We always
Spielberg.
use him as an example.
That's because he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we will see. But that's definitely something we got to take that first step.
Yep.
From there,
We have
it's
to have content to
Yeah.
sell.
people tend to listen to you more when you have a thing.
Yeah. And it was one of the things, like, if we sell to The Escapist or Guy with Glasses, all that money is going to go to make more content. We're not going to, buy a bunch of Cuban cigars and rent a yacht and hang out with supermodels. We're not going to do that. I would probably get divorced for that, too.
Alan Lifson commented.
But for the cigars.
Yes.
He said, "You guys are great. My favorite web series. I like the actors, even the ones with bit parts."
Aw, thanks,
Aw.
Dad.
Your dad is
He
awesome.
actually shows up. He is in the
Corona sketch.
Corona sketch.
The
That is his-
impatient soda fountain guy.
yeah, that's his big acting debut.
He did really well. He
Yeah.
looked nice and petulant.
That's just we just said okay. Just you want a soda, and that's kind of what that's like. So,
And hey, he does craft service too,
yeah,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
River Farm Energy. It's the I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I'd ruin the secret, but it's the made up thing that they do when they just craft service it. But I don't know if you called it something cool. I'm sorry, guys.
You're spilling the trade secrets,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Any more questions coming in?
You're looking
Yes.
out like magicians where we can throw you out.
No, people should ask more questions.
Especially since we've got,
We are-
what, 2
Thanks for
minutes?
being
We
here,
have 2
everybody.
minutes left on the
Yeah.
live stream.
Yeah, I mean, if
Get your
I mean, if,
questions in.
I mean, there's always a plethora of requests for things in Deathside's voice.
I'll do a death side request.
Someone wants you to say, "There's no drugs in here. You have nothing to worry about." Because apparently you sound like someone called Jason Sudeikis.
Sudeikis.
SNL.
Okay.
Yes, member.
There's no drugs in here. You have nothing to worry about.
Jason Sudeikis is the guy who played MacGruber, I believe.
You have to say it. You have to say it in
Um,
Bane's
Or,
voice.
or is it
Yeah,
that different?
that's
Or no,
close
that's
enough.
not.
There's
that's
no
not
drugs
Sudeikis.
in here.
That's
You
another.
have nothing to worry
I'm
about.
sorry, Jason Sudeikis is wrong. Jason Sudeikis, I believe, played the guy in Hangover who yanked out his own tooth. Is that Jason
Yeah.
Sudeikis?
No, that's
No.
Ed
No.
Helm.
Yeah, Ed Helm. Sorry, all these
Jason
unoffensive,
Sudeikis
funny
is married
white
to
guys.
Olivia Wilde.
What
Didn't know that,
what does
lucky man.
Deathside
Right?
how does Deathside feel about?
If you
Ben
can't be
Lifson's
hot, be funny.
style?
wait, what?
Truth.
That is a question we have not addressed. Is
Was-
how does Deathside feel about Ben Lifson's directing style?
I feel he is entirely too soft.
What else is he?
He is a man who has authority yet fails to realize or utilize it. Unfortunately for him, he could do so much more. He has a large number of talented people at his beck and call who would do anything for what he is handing out. And I do mean anything. That kind of labor force is hard to acquire in this day and age. But if they're willing.
Snap. Kneel before my wrath.
And of course, there's always the classic. Can you how many tongue twisters can you say in Deathside's voice? Something about woodchuck.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a
That's not a
woodchuck
tongue
could chuck
twister.
wood?
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck a lot of wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Micro Machines Man here to tell you about the supremely scintillating Street Zapper Colossal Collection. Make these cars zoom, vroom, jump and bump, veer and steer, flip and fly. Micro Machines Man used to own a 1968 Ford convertible, but was taken from him along with everything he owned in a shockingly sadistic divorce proceeding. The left jaw is truly emasculated, devoid of testicles, nothing not but an endless empty scrotum swinging to and fro, but between his legs like a portentous pendulum, tick-tock ticking away with vim and vigor of youth yesteryear. Yes, the sea cow from the black pit of despair made Micro Machines Man half the pound of eternal tongue to cling, but for amorphous more, that only a six-head succubus can inflict on a rapidly balding butthead with poor potential prospects. I'll never see my kids again! Tonight's the night of nights when a rigid Remington rifle barrel is frenetically fanated and brain matter goes splitter-splatter, and a big blanket of deep dark tongues brings cold comfort to a broken, bitter bastard! Just one more pointless product you can't take with you to the grave! Bike-a-lube.
Oh shit!
Go no further.
I think that was 9 o'clock wrap up right
That's-
there.
that's,
If there are any voice casting
Do
directors,
you guys
out there,
have any other questions or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Post them as comments to the Kickstarter page, which you have to be a backer to post comments. Send us a message. We're available. We'll respond. So let us know, guys.
and
Thanks.
what's the final total for today?
In the first 2 hours of the campagna, fine campagna
Okay, okay.
is
$13.25.
$1,325, which is a nice start. We got 29 days to go, guys. Please get the word out. Those of you who pledged, thank you. Yes. Yeah.
So if you, I don't know if I angered you at some point, now's your chance.
I am going to personally pledge $3,000.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Ben, I think you're safe because I think we lost the feed before. Yeah, we lost the feed again.
Is that just me? I think it's like hope I haven't seen.
Yeah,
it.
I
I'm,
blame
I'm,
Ted.
getting, I'm getting the please stand by thing again. So
Okay. Das ist
You're
das, I
safe.
guess.
Oh,
no one heard that
wait, but Ted can
except
still
for
see
us.
it.
Except that I will make that an update.
I have no idea. Oh, now we're getting that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did hear it?
I don't know if they did or not.
We'll see.
Okay.
He'll get burning poop syndrome.
Soon we'll know what your fate is.
I basically said I said that if we reach 4,000 by the end of the weekend, I'll eat habanero is the mild pepper, right? Oh,
Jalapeno is
Yeah.
mine.
Is that what you
too
meant
late.
to say?
Habanero is a mild pepper, just like Paris Hilton is a talented actor.
I was gonna say.
the point is, I will do something that I will do this for you if we get to 4,000 by Sunday.
There's a lot of Scobles on the Scoble scale. He will eat many Scobles. Scobles? I don't know. It's one it's either
Habanero is 500,000. I believe.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's the only thing more than it's the ghost pepper.
And on that note,
And on that bombshell, it's time to say goodnight.
thank you everyone who tuned in. We will keep you updated on things to come. And awesome start, you guys.
Sayonara.
Let's keep going.
Yes.
And
thank you.
let's smash the glass ceiling.
There's a glass ceiling.
Yes.
What? We totally just
Okay.
end that on like a feminist catchphrase.
What? Oh shoot! I meant the wall. Okay, end it there.